everybody, and welcome to the Sunshine State's only true, authentic sports talk radio show where we focus on all the teams and all the topics that are important to you, the sports fan in the state of Florida. We are Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. I am Bianchi, Mike Bianchi, sports columnist of the Orlando Sentinel. That man right over there is Kravitz, Brandon Kravitz, the hardest working man in sports media. And across that glass over there is primetime Jaden Grimes, the prodigy of production. We are coming to you live from Orlando, Jacksonville, Tallahassee, all points in between. We have a lot to talk about today. Krabby Krabs back from top secret assignment. Are you ready to talk football, and some baseball, and some basketball?
I am ready, and ready. All fueled up on Halloween candy.
Oh, yeah.
The neighbors brought it. The bowl is full.
Yeah, I saw you and primetime Jaden Grimes both went as Batman this year.
Yeah,
yeah,
we did.
Good costumes.
Yeah. I did not pick out my own costume. That was my child that told me I was going to be Batman.
I picked my costume.
When you have a 5 or now 6-year-old, happy birthday, Owen, as of the last couple of days, you know, it's out of your hands. You just go with whatever they decide.
Absolutely.
So the last few days have been a lot of fun. I'm ready to lock back in. And
have you eaten a lot of candy?
I have. I brought some with me. Now it's part of my Game On snacking.
You didn't give us any? I mean, we don't have kids to go trick-or-treating with. All right.
You know, I honestly, up until you just said that, I hadn't thought about that. I figured, you know, that's what your neighborhood is for. You go walk around, ask people for candy on Halloween.
Can't do that as an adult.
I say, are you with anyone? Can you get out of my yard, please?
All right, we want to hear from you throughout the course of the show. It's an Overreaction Monday. It's a Champs and Chumps Monday. So enter that rage cage. And you can rage and overreact to anything you want to in the world of sports. Also, send us your champs and chumps via the text line. That's 50857. Let's start with some highlights and headlines. College football version. Let's start with the good news, shall we? How about some good news? How about Florida State getting off the schneid 4-game losing streak? Tommy Castellanos throws for 271 yards. He had one of Florida State's 5 rushing touchdowns. The Noles rout Wake Forest 42-7. Here's a little Tommy Castellanos for you.
End around, rolling right. Tommy on the run. RPO, pointing, starting. He's in. Touchdown, Tommy Castellanos. Welcome back, young man. After getting knocked out of the Stanford game, Tommy comes through for FSU. Touchdown, Florida State. Touchdown, FSU.
Our boy Jeff Colhane on the call ends the 4-game losing streak. First ACC victory in more than a year since September 21st of last year. You want an overreaction? This victory saves Mike Norvell's job.
More so than his $50 million buyout saves the job?
No.
I think his contract saves his job. It was nice to see them get a win in ACC play. I think the last one was during the Nixon administration, so this is good. A positive for Florida State. Put a thumping on Wake Forest, who had a very fictitious 5-2 record coming into this game. FSU off to a slow start in terms of within that game. Didn't score at all in the first quarter. Looked a little bit sluggish, but they piled it on, and that's what they're supposed to do. They have dudes.
Yeah.
I think Wake Forest lacks dudes, and unfortunately, I mean, it looks like the ACC all of a sudden can be had. The teams at the top aren't exactly sitting at the top anymore, but FSU put themselves behind the 8 ball too much.
Yeah. Wake Forest is so fictitious, as you just called them. They beat SMU last week. Well, guess what? SMU beat the Miami Hurricanes on Saturday. Hurricanes once again pulling a Mario Cristobal in overtime. Carson Beck does this on the first possession of OT.
Back for the shotgun, looks to throw. Pumps, brings it down, throws across the middle.
Okay, that pretty much secured the victory for SMU, but SMU's TJ Harden cemented it with this win. Run.
Handoff, TJ Harden.
Jaden Grimes, Mr. Hurricane fan. Who's the U today? It's SMU.
I have nothing to say. Carson Beck's just constantly throwing interceptions. It hurts my heart.
He is check down Charlie, and he'll even check it down to the opposition sometimes. My God, did we overrate him at the start of the season?
Yeah, a lot of mistakes for Miami. 12 penalties. Carson Beck throws 2 picks. SMU played clean football. They had no turnovers, overreaction with the second conference loss and a weak schedule. Miami's done as a playoff contender.
Oh, absolutely. There's no fight there, and they're going to probably – I haven't looked at the remaining schedule, but if they're losing to – well, it was weak before they lost to SMU. I do like that quarterback, Kevin Jennings. I remember liking him last year when SMU went on their run, and he played a really good game. But when you hold the team to 23 yards rushing, you should probably be able to win.
I think Miami's chances of making the playoff went from like 80-some% to 15%.
The only chance they have is that they're in the ACC, and they're not dead yet, but I certainly wouldn't bet on it.
Where are they? They're 7th in the standings now, I think. I think they are.
I had that up a second ago. Yeah. You would have thought before the show I wouldn't have exited out of that tab. But
I believe it's
yeah. So Virginia right now is the only unbeaten team in the conference in terms of conference play. You've got Georgia Tech, Pitt, Louisville, SMU. By the way, a couple of those teams Miami's already lost to,
right?
And Duke all above where Miami sits right now. But with still a couple of games to go, I mean, I guess it's possible. But yeah, I mean. Predicting Miami to make it to the playoff at this point, that is a very much a long shot.
UCF, they're not making the playoffs. They may not even make a bowl game now. They suffered by far their worst loss of the season, 30-3 to a wounded, struggling Baylor team whose coach Dave Aranda had been on the hot seat. We don't even have any highlights for UCF. So here's Mark Daniels' final call.
So they'll hand the football off and that'll be the final play of the game. Baylor will get to 5-4. UCF will drop to 4-4. Knights will head back home where they'll take on the Houston Cougars, who are down at home against West Virginia. So as the sun peeks back out in Waco, it's a happy day on homecoming for the Baylor Bears. They easily beat UCF today by a score of 30-3, our final score.
If it wasn't for the band in the background, I would have thought he was speaking at a funeral.
Right. Yeah, it was. I was listening to them throughout the game, and yeah, there were a couple of times where Mark Daniels, like UCF, just looked awful. They were snapping the ball to who knows who, like hitting players in the helmet with the ball. And Mark Daniels at one point goes, "What are we doing? What are we doing?"
Now, we thought Taven Jackson was going to save the season for UCF. Not the case. He hasn't looked right. No. They can't run. And their defense just got shredded early in that game.
Yeah, the defense did get shredded. But they gave UCF's offense plenty of chances in the second half, and nothing there.
Yeah, but when you get off on a bad foot on the road, it's not like Baylor doesn't have guys. Sawyer Robertson is a pretty good quarterback. They've been disappointing this season, but that's still a team that was projected to be one of the better teams in the Big 12. So it's not like you were going to go in there and just roll Baylor at home.
No.
So in the defense, they got off to such a bad start. I was hosting the watch party out at the Hideaway on Virginia, which is like Virginia and Mills. By the way, beautiful place if you guys ever want to go and hang out there. Thanks to Yingling for sponsoring that. A listless watch party, just not a lot of energy because UCF gave UCF. And there were UCF fans there ready to watch their team, and the team gave them nothing to cheer for. Felt bad for the folks that came out.
Yeah, UCF didn't score a touchdown in the game for the first time since 2015. This was the fewest amount of points Baylor had given up in nearly 20 years to a conference opponent. So there's a couple of derogatory stats for you.
Yeah.
The Gators put up a fight against the Georgia Bulldogs, but in the end, the dogs do what the dogs do.
Gunner in the shotgun, asking for the ball. Snap it back, hand it to Bowens. Bowens, 35, 30, down the hatch, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Chauncey Bowens. He ripped him a new one.
Ripped him a new one.
Wow. Okay. That's a new one.
He did rip him a new one. It looked like the Gators may win that game. There was a controversial non-catch by the Gators near the end of the game. It looked like it could have been a catch. I don't know if it was or not.
Gator fans are acting like because it could have been a catch, they should have just been awarded the catch.
Right.
The ball hit the ground.
Right.
And can we talk about the bigger part of that play that is under discussed here?
What?
So this is the Sturdivant
Right.
catch that wasn't a catch. It hit the ground, or maybe it hit his forearms. Either way,
Yeah.
ruled incomplete after the review. DJ Lagway rolls out to his left, not a Georgia defender in sight around him, and had all the time in the world to throw the football
And
to a
bounced it,
wide
too.
open wide receiver.
And he bounced it.
And he put all of his might into this throw, too, and it bounced in front of him. He is so unspectacular.
He's bad, if you ask me. He's been bad. I mean, if he were halfway decent this year, Billy Napier would still have a job. Right?
That's probably accurate. I
Yeah.
think we're seeing the same thing play out with the Dolphins and the Gators, that the head coach is the one that's going to take the fall here. In Florida, they already did. The quarterback position is so dreadful for both of these teams, and it's dragging everything else down. I actually thought Florida outplayed Georgia.
They did. Here's an overreaction. Georgia may have won this game, but they ain't going anywhere in the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, too. I don't know who's going anywhere in the playoffs, though. That's my problem.
Indiana.
I don't believe in Georgia. I'm not sure I believe in anybody but Indiana, and even that feels weird to say that out loud.
All right, those are your highlights and headlines.
Up next, our daily source of motivation and inspiration will get you rolling on a Monday, plus NFL highlights and headlines and overtime thriller in Vegas. More L's across the state. Well, not so much in the NFL, actually. We'll get to all of that next.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
Now, it's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. That's check. Enter it now online at 969thegame.com.
You know, when it comes to air conditioning in Florida, you don't want just anyone working on your system. You want a local expert you can trust. That's why so many of us rely on Ziegler Air Conditioning. Jason and the crew have been cooling Orlando homes for 40 years with honest service, skilled technicians, and a maintenance program that's the best around. Staying on top of your AC maintenance keeps your system running better, longer, and keeps your warranty intact. And that's so important when you see the price of new units today. Plus, Ziegler Air doesn't just believe in pushing sales. Their techs are rewarded for quality work, not commission checks. When they show up to maintain your unit, they maintain it. They don't try to sell you anything. They showed up at my place last week, it was, and gave me all sort of tips on how to keep my AC running efficiently. Need help? Give them a call. 407-245-8765, 407-245-8765. Ziegler Air Conditioning. Don't ever lose your cool.
Eustis Roofing has been the #1 trusted roofing service in Central Florida for generations now. Honesty, quality, pricing, reliability. That's how they've been able to serve the Central Florida community as effectively as they've been able to for the last 60 years, my house included. It might be Halloween, but Santa's sleigh waits for no one. Make sure that your roof is ready for the reindeer to land with $1,500 off from Eustis Roofing. You can't beat a deal like that. The sale ends on October 31st before the ghosts vanish and the elves arrive. So go and check them out. Quick repair, storm damage, full replacement, whatever you need, Eustis Roofing has you covered. With a 4.9 Google rating and over 1,000 satisfied customer reviews, you simply will not find a roofing company more suitable for your home. Mention my name, Brandon Kravitz, when you call, and head to EustisRoofing.com to schedule your free estimate today. The real roofers, real craftsmen, real professionals, real experts. Visit EustisRoofing.com.
That accident's been cleared up on State Road 33 at Florida Boys Ranch Road. Traffic's getting by a little bit better now. There's a crash on Kirkman Road southbound at Vineland Road, blocking the right lane. Keep an eye out for an object in the roadway. Slowing things down on 408 eastbound before I-4. Your typical delays are starting to pile up on the major roadways. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Robert Half. At Robert Half, they found that 67% of companies want to increase contract talent. That's why their recruiters' expertise and award-winning AI work quickly to find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, they know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text free.
Protect your home with Reese Windows and Doors. Trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct impact windows available, with most installs done in under 8 weeks. And now the giveaway is bigger than ever. Win $25,000 in brand new windows absolutely free. Just text WOW to 20129. Already entered? Then you're automatically eligible to win $25,000 in windows. Don't wait. Text WOW to 20129.
Are you looking for fresh pasta, Neapolitan-style pizza cooked the ancient way in a wood-fire brick oven, and the tastiest desserts? Come check out Antica Wood-Fire Pizza and Market in Altamont Springs. Come see why Antica was voted Best Altamont Springs Restaurant 2025 by the Orlando Weekly. Come for $10 Tuesdays. All lunch specials are just $10 on Tuesday, or Wine Down Wednesday with half-price wine at dinner on Wednesdays. Antica Wood-Fire Pizza and Market in Altamont Springs. Just put Antica, A-N-T-I-C-A, Pizzeria in your phone's map to get to the freshest pizza in Altamont Springs.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Also that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Wow, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
It's International Diamond Center's biggest and last store-wide sale of the year. Save up to 40% on virtually everything, or get 3-year zero-interest financing. Incredible savings November 14th through 16th, only at International Diamond Center.
Crossing the finish line, nothing like it. But for the accident attorneys at Farah & Farah, one thrill beats them all.
It's the thrill of the win, lining up all the facts so the truth is clear. Yeah, we're built for that.
Farah & Farah, Orlando.
Straight Talk knows the best holiday gift is simply saying yes.
Yes, you can stay up late. Sure, more cookies. Of course we can watch that movie again.
That's why we give you real unlimited data, so you can say yes to all of your family's streaming, scrolling, and sharing. And now at Straight Talk, get another gift worth giving, a free 5G phone with select plans. Because yes is the best gift to give and receive. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
At Bank of America, we asked our teammates, what makes this company a great place to work?
There's very little that you can't accomplish working for Bank of America.
If you prove yourself, you can try over in a totally new way.
You can learn so much here. You're the owner of your career.
See how our teammates are growing in their careers at bankofamerica.com/great place to work. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
We are Orlando's sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Tuesday, the Magic look for some payback as they face division rival Atlanta. Our coverage starts at 6:30. Tip time is 7 p.m. Don't miss a minute right here on your exclusive home for Orlando Magic basketball. FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the absolutely free iHeartRadio app.
You know, fellas, I've been to those so-called men's clinics. You walk in, fill out a form, they jab you with a testosterone shot in the backside, take your money, and send you out the door. No real testing, no real follow-up, no real results. That's not healthcare. That's fast food medicine. But when I found Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness, I knew right away this place was different. It's led by Dr. John Carrazella, a Yale honors grad in molecular biophysics, a guy who spent 25 years as an orthopedic surgeon before dedicating his life to hormone replacement, sexual health, and age management. When I went in, they actually sat down with me, ran real labs, talked about my sleep, stress, recovery, sex life, everything. Then they built a plan just for me. Within weeks, my focus was sharper, my energy was back, and my sex drive returned. I finally felt like myself again. So don't settle for cookie care. Go where the experts are. Head to hormonesandwellness.com. That's hormonesandwellness.com, and tell them Mike Bianchi, the Bulldog, sent you.
The new home for the Miami Dolphins is 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the iHeartRadio app. Just search 96.9 The Game. Welcome back to the premier afternoon sports show in the state of Florida. Game On with Mike Bianchi and Brandon Kravitz.
For Johnson, he's got Sarr on the roll, and Franz stripped it, I think. Now the pitch ahead, AB. Franz attacking. Ooh, boogieing his way in. Dumps it off for Isaac, who throws it down hard with two hands. Franz doing it all, and J.I. capping it off. Magic lead is 28, 9:15 to play.
Some rock-solid play by the Orlando Magic this weekend. 123-107 over Charlotte. 125-94 over the Washington Wizards. Paolo and Franz over the course of two games combining for 94 total points. We've got another one coming up tomorrow night against the Atlanta Hawks. Pre-game at 7:30, tip-off at 8 p.m. Game day coverage powered by IBEW Local 606, proud to serve electrical workers across Central Florida, providing its members with a supportive community, training, valuable benefits, and advancement opportunities. I feel like I said to switch seats because we're testing out some microphones here. I feel like the Jolly Green Giant.
Now you need to lower your seat. That's
what's going on.
Yeah, lower your seat. There you go.
Okay. This microphone is close to the table.
Plus the microphones, at least some of them in here, you'll like stand them up and then they just start drooping down. Yeah.
Bet you have experience with
yes, I do.
Time now for our daily
These microphones need a little Viagra.
Need to go to Florida Center.
That's right.
Hit the coach quote.
Head coach of the Orlando Magic, and this is your daily coach quote of the day.
Dr. John Carrazella will take care of that.
There you go. Okay, get them in there. Our daily source of inspiration and motivation today's is about obstacles, like the type Bianchi is talking about.
Obstacles or popsicles?
The crisis and obstacles that we fear most are not interruptions to our journey. They are, in fact, the journey itself. So profound.
Say that again.
It says the crisis and obstacles that we fear most are not interruptions to our journey. They are, in fact, the journey itself. So the obstacles aren't getting in the way of your journey through whatever it is. So we'll just call it your journey through life. They are the journey. It's a nice way to reframe your struggles. And when you think about it, do you know anybody that's ever gotten better at anything, no matter what it is, without hitting some roadblocks along the way? And those roadblocks feel like this could potentially be the end of your development or growth and whatever it is you're pursuing. Oftentimes, it's just a necessary evil that you have to experience that makes you better in the long run. And part of that experience is it's just life. You can't go through life and not have hardships. I think.
Yeah, life.
If I had to boil it down.
Yeah, life is. Obstacles.
Life is hard. Death is easy. You just lay there.
Right. Yeah, John Steinbeck, my favorite author. He had a quote one time about he liked to take trips, go traveling, and his quote was, "A trip. You don't take a trip takes you."
I don't know how you always do this, or I have a coach quote that I have researched and I read off of my notepad, and then you just recall a relevant quote that coincides with what I said. You just have these stored in your mind.
Well, we used to do a quote of the day on open mic. So some of these, I recall. Yeah, I recall some quotes. I don't recall them like I used to.
You should make your own toilet paper for the holidays.
Toilet paper.
We could do
quotes?
like a game on quote of the day, sell that as toilet paper for the show.
Okay.
Jaden, write that down. That's $1 million idea. All right. Highlights and headlines. Let's go. I thought you were going to take it.
What are we doing? Oh, I'm sorry. I was trying to recall another. I was actually trying to recall another quote, but I couldn't get it. I couldn't grasp it. All right, we only had one NFL game regarding a state team. My Jacksonville Jaguars. They get it done, but only barely in overtime. Wow. Trevor Lawrence scores on a quarterback sneak in overtime, and the Jaguars held on to beat Vegas 30-29. The key play, though, was Geno Smith and the Raiders go for 2 in overtime.
As they should.
And trying to win the game, and this is how it ended.
Geno Smith drops, looks, pump fakes on, knocked down. Devon Hamilton knocked it down. It's no good. The Jaguars win it. How good is that? What a play by Devon Hamilton. He knocks it down at the line of scrimmage, and Jacksonville holds on.
How good is that, said Frank Frangie, the voice of the Jags. I didn't think it was that good. I didn't think it was that good for the Jaguars. I mean, they won the game. I understand that, and getting wins in the NFL is hard, but I was watching that game yesterday getting so frustrated with Trevor Lawrence. Did you see the pick he threw?
Early in the game?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're on the goal line. I think it was 2nd and goal. He rolls out to the left and just stares at the defender and goes, I think you would like this football. Would you like to touch the football today?
Now, in fairness, he was ill yesterday.
That was a flu game.
Yeah, it was a flu game. It was sort of like the Michael Jordan flu game.
Very much so. It's going to go down as the exact same. They'll put them side by side. There will be posters that say as much. Yeah, I would believe that's the reason for his subpar play outside of what he was able to do deep into the fourth quarter. If that wasn't the Trevor Lawrence that we get almost every single week, I could buy into that.
Right.
Okay, this guy was sick, and he still played through it. His wife put out an Instagram message saying, I feel the same way that he does. I can't even get out of bed. I don't know how he just got to the stadium and played in an NFL game. And credit to him. He showed up to work sick. He worked his way through it, and he won the game. But that's the Trevor Lawrence that we get week after week, where he makes boneheaded decisions and then has to dig himself out of the mud. Sometimes he's able to do that, but at some point, you've got to start winning games where you don't have to wait until the fourth quarter to do all of your productivity. The Jags were terrible until the final quarter of this game, off of a bye, going up against one of the worst teams in the NFL. It shouldn't take until the final play of overtime in order to secure a win.
By the way, some of the games in the NFL on Sunday, I mean, that Bears-Bengals game, I don't know if I've ever seen a game like that. At least
awesome.
I mean, yeah, unbelievable. The Panthers end up beating the Packers. Wow. It was a hell of a weekend.
I thought Chiefs-Bills delivered. That was a really good game, and the Chiefs made it close at the end.
Vikings-Lions was a good game.
Yep.
J.J. McCarthy comes alive. Broncos-Texans, that came down to the wire. They're a huge game. So, and the Falcons. Ooh.
Oh, that was another great game.
Right. Falcons-Patriots. Falcons kicker misses the extra point.
Between Cam Little doing what he did, 68-yarder. By the way, how did we not talk about that?
Play the Cam Little clip.
It's away. It's up there. And it's gone. It's gone from 68.
We'll play the clip from Liam Cohen later, but that came at the end of the half, that record-breaking 68-yard field goal. Liam Cohen essentially said, hey, we were going nowhere before that, and that sort of lit a spark under us.
And the point that I was going to make, if you talk about the missed opportunities, like the Packers are dealing with kicking issues, the Falcons clearly dealt with that yesterday. The Jags have Cam Little, who can do that. The Cowboys, I mean, Brandon Aubrey might break the record tonight for all we know. Right. He's got such a lead boot. A kicker in the NFL that can make a kick like that, I think is the most underpaid player in the entire league. If you can do that, think about where you can score. All I need, I get the ball on the 35-yard line at the end of the game. We're down by 2, and I only need 5 or 6 yards to get into field goal range.
Right.
What's that worth at the end of the season when you need to pick up a win? Millions upon millions of dollars. These are some of the most underpaid players in the NFL.
Well, you would need more than 5 or 6 yards if you got a 35.
So where was Cam Little set up? It was close to the 40-yard line.
Well, it had to be the 50. 50. The goalposts are back 10 yards, so that's 60. So they would have had to be. Yeah,
he was behind the 50-yard line though. He was in Jaguars territory when 50, where they were lined up.
60. Yeah, you're right. About the 43. Yeah.
Not crazy.
Yeah.
So here we go. A touchback now gets you to the 35.
Yeah.
So I got to just fall forward a couple of yards. Oh, you're in Cam Little range now.
Right.
That's insane.
Right.
And that could win you a game. Could you imagine if a playoff game came down to that?
That's a good take. That should be on your take me.
Damn, I wasted it.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
I'm not going to be able to top that.
Those are your headlines and highlights, NFL style.
The Florida Gators were in range. Moral victory, perhaps. Also, what's the latest in the coaching search? We'll check in with Edgar Thompson, Gators beat writer of the Orlando Sentinel, next, right here on Game On.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
See, those holiday decorations are already up in all the stores. I was in Walmart yesterday. They had all the Christmas trees up. It got me to thinking, what better gift for you and your family this holiday season than the peace of mind of a tailored investment portfolio? Call my good friends at Trajan Wealth today for your complimentary consultation. When I met with Trajan Wealth, I got straight talk, not a sales pitch. They reviewed my plan. They explained my options. They helped me move over an old 401k I'd been ignoring. Now I've got a clear strategy that's built around my goals. Their fiduciary advisors are loyal only to you. They don't make money if you don't make money. That's what fiduciary means. And founder Jeff Jr. is a Marine veteran who runs Trajan Wealth with that same Semper Fi code. Always faithful to growing your financial future. This holiday, give yourself and your family the gift of peace of mind. Call Trajan Wealth today, 407-204-0300, and tell them Mike Bianchi sent you, or visit TrajanWealth.com to schedule that free consultation. That's TRAJAN Wealth.com. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, SEC registered investment advisor, client paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
I've been telling you guys about Kevin Krager with LPT Realty, one of the top 25 producing agents in Central Florida, and he joins me now to chat about the latest in real estate. How do you help buyers and sellers compete and win in this market?
Very similar ways for both. I consider us to be in a buyer's market right now where prices are slowly sliding back to reality. And so I tell buyers, instead of coming in with like a super low offer to try and lowball a seller, let's give them what they're asking for, but let's ask for some concessions back. And we can use that money to buy down your rate, save, $150, $200 a month on your mortgage. And it's the same on the seller side. I tell them we have to price things appropriately. I'll tell you what to repair, what not to repair, but then I also set the expectation of we are in a buyer's market. So buyers are going to be asking for some of that money back to help them buy down the rate. As long as those expectations are set from the start, I think it's pretty easy to succeed in today's market.
When it comes to real estate, experience matters. Trust Kevin Krager to guide you right along. Search him by name on Facebook or call him 407-702-4635.
Hey, Florida State fans and alumni, it's always a good time to become an FSU donor. The FSU license plate is a simple way to show your school spirit and support academic excellence via student scholarships. Stop by your local tax collector's office today. Go Noles!
What if, instead of choosing between a big bank or a small bank, you could choose one bank that's the best of both? That's First Horizon, with big bank reliability and small bank resolve. You get 160 years of financial strength and stability and an enduring commitment to personal service. When the best of big meets the best of small, you get it all. To help you on the road to your horizon. First Horizon Bank. Visit firsthorizon.com/get-it-all.
At Straight Talk,
We know the holidays are your time to say
yes.
So why put up with a wireless company that makes you say
Out of data.
Or
no service here?
Switch to Straight Talk and say yes to real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network covered by Verizon. And with a free 5G phone when you activate select plans, someone else in your family can say yes. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Based on RootMetrics State of 5G Report, United States 1H 2025. Experiences may vary. Not an endorsement of Verizon. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
With football season in full swing, the World Series, and basketball season tipping off, there's no better place to get in on the action than Bet Online, your number one source for all things sports. Bet Online gives you more ways to play, with the latest odds, breaking news, live scores, and in-game action so you never miss a moment. And don't forget the VIP program with exclusive level-up bonuses and weekly cash boosts. Head to Bet Online today, because at Bet Online, the game starts here.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here for our friend Mike Lester and the team at Talon Wealth Management.
That thing we don't want to talk about is a will. If you don't have one, Mike and his team would like to help you out. They'll start you off with a comprehensive financial plan.
If you are 55 or over and have saved at least $250,000 for retirement, the Talon Comprehensive Financial Plan is complimentary. And when that plan's in hand, you will also receive the gift of a will and trust courtesy of Talon Wealth.
The folks at Talon Wealth are not attorneys, but they work with a group of attorneys who'll provide a will and trust at no charge to you. Reach out at 813-755-5000. 813-755-5000. One more time, that's 813-755-5000. And be sure and tell them that Clay and Buck sent you.
Advisory services offered through Talon Private Wealth LLC, a SEC registered investment advisor. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal, tax, or financial advice.
If you want your windows there and wait, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with Reese Windows and Doors. Trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct impact windows available, with most installs done in under 8 weeks. And now the giveaway is bigger than ever. Win $25,000 in brand new windows absolutely free. Just text WOW to 20129. Already entered? Then you're automatically eligible to win $25,000 in windows. Don't wait. Text WOW to 20129.
We know exactly what you're not thinking about right now. Wiper blades. But now that you are, take a moment to think about how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America. Why? Because Rain-X thinks about wiper blades all the time. We obsess, so you don't have to. Simply install our blades and then think about literally anything else. So choose Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blades, and then go back to not thinking about wiper blades. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
Target's early Black Friday deals are almost here, and they're bigger than ever. Take 40% off select gifts and holiday decor for 3 days only, starting this Thursday. Score can't-miss deals on new fits for the whole fam, festive lights and decorations to brighten your home, and even top toys like select Lego sets for endless holiday fun. Shop in-store or online, but don't miss out. These deals are going fast. 40% off gifts and holiday decor starts Thursday, only at Target. Restrictions apply.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
You know, I'm not a full-blown minimalist, but I subscribe to some beliefs that essentially means purpose over abundance, adding more games. How about focusing on quality of games? How about we just focus on less flags? Maybe we fix the Pro Bowl. Maybe you make it to where kids can actually go to these games so that they create an alcohol-free section so that, little Johnny can go enjoy the game and he's not watching a fight break out in section 115.
I don't know what's gotten into you. You're the old man on this show.
Listen to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz weekdays starting at 3 p.m. on FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the iHeart app.
This report is sponsored by Starbucks.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson, and we're gearing up for a gorgeous start to the work week. We'll be expecting a good amount of sunshine, with temperatures staying a couple of degrees below normal, with a high of around 76 degrees today in Orlando. That'll be a couple of degrees below our typical high of 81. We'll stay mostly clear and dry, not only today, but throughout the next couple of days. But temperatures will steadily climb into the middle 80s, especially by the end of the week and into Saturday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
The pumpkin spice latte is back at Starbucks, handcrafted with their signature espresso and real pumpkin sauce. Then topped with whipped cream, cinnamon, and nutmeg. PSL. Get it while it's hot or iced. Only at Starbucks.
Felt like you missed something this morning?
It's becoming a disgusting habit at this point.
You did. You can listen while you get ready in the morning.
Wake up with us.
Just tell Alexa to play 96.9 The Game. Let's hit the local beat and see what's happening with the teams that call the state of Florida home. Sending you back to the studio. It's Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
The Florida Gators fight song. The Gators put up a fight against the Georgia Bulldogs on Saturday, but the Gators do what they do, and Georgia does what they do. Georgia wins the game, their 5th straight over the Gators. There was a controversy. Let's welcome in our good friend Edgar Thompson, my colleague at the Orlando Sentinel. Nobody covers the Gators better. Check out his coverage at orlandosentinel.com, where you can also find his podcast on the Gators as well. Edgar, was it a catch or wasn't it a catch from J. Michael Sturdivant from DJ Lagway?
First off, if you got your boy Jaden up to Gainesville with Billy Napier, he might still have a job. Jaden told me I had 2 minutes and 13 seconds before I came on, and last week it was 1:22. So this guy knows clock management. I'll just say that.
Okay.
But in terms of the catch, I don't look, man. I saw the same replays you did. Was it a catch? It looked like it probably was, but the ruling on the field, that would have been a tough one to overrule.
Right.
Yeah, they might. I mean, look, if DJ Lagway had just settled, put his feet under him, which he doesn't seem to like to do very often, and launched that thing, there was no pressure. I mean, he was out in space with, clear of any pressure at all. So I don't know. I don't know why he felt the need to jump and throw that thing.
Right.
And it took off wobbly and just ran out of steam. It looked like one of my 9-irons.
The other thing I noticed about DJ Lagway is he actually ran the ball a couple times on design runs. If he'd have done that when Napier was the coach, Napier might still be coaching.
He might just be getting healthy finally after all these leg injuries going back to last year's Georgia game, or lower body injuries, let's say, where he had a reported sports hernia surgery. We knew about the calf injury that slowed him during fall camp. The shoulder issue seems to be behind him. I mean, there's a lot of, thing that's coming together for him. But here we are, in week 11.
Right.
And they needed him that way on week 1, and Billy certainly did. But I thought the team the other day, emphasizing Trey Wilson out of the gate, they did some things well that they maybe hadn't under Billy. But again, you get back to the nut cutting time, and it's 2nd and 5, and you're running DJ for some reason around the end, like he's really going to beat CJ Allen around the end, or it's 4th and 1, and you're running Baugh right up the rear end of the right guard who hadn't been moving anyone all day. I mean, it's just I don't really understand the conservative play calling that rose its ugly head when you had, scoring chances there. You got nothing to lose, man. I mean, take some chances. So I didn't really like that, but it was hard to criticize seeing the team rally around, an interim staff, basically.
Talking to Edgar Thompson, Gators beat writer at OrlandoSentinel.com. What is the future of DJ Lagway? Do you think that he continues to be the Florida Gators quarterback in the next regime, or does it seem like the writing's on the wall that he'll be elsewhere?
I mean, it depends who the coach is. If Lane Kiffin comes here, I think we've seen with Lane, he likes someone who's mobile. DJ's going to have to really prove that he can be that kind of guy. I mean, God, I think he's got some pretty special arm talent, but he needs a lot of work.
I think he's going to also, Edgar, I think he's also going to need to take a pay cut, okay? Let's just get right down to it.
He'll probably need to take a pay cut, but he'll also need to really work on some of the fundamental stuff that even the layperson, I'm not going to sit here acting like I'm George Whitfield here, but he clearly has some fundamental flaws that cause a lot of inaccuracy. I mean, he had Tank Hawkins just wide open on a great, really well-designed play call at the end of the half and just didn't come close. That was a real poor throw. The Sturdivant one, he misses some throws that, you know, a really top-level passer and a guy with his arm strength and talent you think would make. So he's got a lot to work on. I mean, his off season was curtailed and, you know, by injuries, we know that. So I don't know what Lane Kiffin will do, but you know, he's certainly going to get a good quarterback in here, whether it's DJ Lagway or someone else. He's proven that every step of the way.
It feels like we're just sort of playing out the rest of these games, but I'll ask this anyway. Dallas Wilson done for the season for the Florida Gators, sensational talent. What does that do to their upside on offense week after week?
Well, I mean, he had that breakout game against Texas, and no one had seen him. After that, he had 6 catches for, you know, like 60 yards. So, and one was a spectacular catch at Texas A&M, but otherwise he wasn't doing a whole lot, really. I'm not saying he wasn't drawing flies and creating opportunities for other people, but he wasn't like the Texas player, but that one game. But I'm not, you want him rather than not. You want he's a guy who lost his fall camp and his first month of the season to injury himself. When you're that young, you need the reps, you need to play, you need the game speed. So he's definitely, I mean, it's a loss for sure. But in terms of playing out the string, like you say, my question is, okay, you rallied against Georgia. Everyone, I wrote this just now a bit ago, everybody circles that game on the calendars, whether you're a player or a fan, right? Well, no one's circling Lexington at night in 40-degree temperature.
Right.
So let's see if the Gators, what Gator team shows up in that game, because that'll be the true test of where this team really is in terms of, you know, assuming this difficult challenge that it's facing. Gators are 3-5. They got to win this game if they're going to have any shot at getting 6 wins in a bowl.
Edgar Thompson, nobody covers the Gators better. Check him out, OrlandoSentinel.com. Edgar, thank you so much for joining us on this fine Monday afternoon.
Thanks, fellas. Talk to you soon.
Always good stuff. And I probably should have framed it like this. Did Dallas Wilson sit himself down? Because now he maintains his eligibility if he wants to go elsewhere. More game on the way. We'll step aside, talk to some of our partners across the advertising space when we get back, where we talk to you. 50857 is how you can reach us. Don't go anywhere. Your texts, your talkbacks next.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
There's nothing worse than having a bet ruined by an injury. And on a Hard Rock Bet, that is over. Get this. On the app, they're introducing injury insurance now available for your pro football player props. If your player goes down in the first half and doesn't return, you will get your money back as a bonus bet. Try it out over on Hard Rock Bet. The NBA season rolling right along as well. Day-by-day odds and totals, plus MVP futures, most improved player, whoever you think is going to win the NBA championship. All of that is available. They've got boosted odds, live in-game bets, like for tonight's Monday Night Football game between the Cowboys and the Cardinals. Jump right in. The app is safe, slick, reliable, updated to the second, and payouts are lightning quick. Download the app and let's cash some tickets together. Head to Hard Rock Bet and roll with us. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Orlando, are you ready to rocket my favorite beach getaway? Hard Rock Hotel Daytona Beach is calling your name. Not even an hour's drive from downtown Orlando. You'll find modern luxury, legendary Hard Rock vibes, and that endless Florida sunshine. Even in the middle of winter, lounge by the oceanfront pool, grab a bite at their world-famous restaurant, or unwind at the spa. And when the sun sets, enjoy live music under the stars at their beachside band shell. For reservations, go to hardrockhotels.com/Daytona Beach.
Traffic's crawling in both directions on 14th Street, just south of Dixie Avenue, due to construction there. Look out for crews on the roadways. You're going to start getting caught up in your typical delays piling up on the major roadways. And there's a crash getting cleared up on Kirkman Road southbound at Vineland Avenue. That might be affecting your ride this afternoon. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement. Batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Chelsea here, ready to upgrade your windows or patio doors? During Renewal by Anderson's Black Friday sales event, buy now and pay nothing until 2027. That's 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 2 full years. Our Acclaim Impact windows are built for Florida homes, designed to help you save on energy bills while keeping your home comfortable all year round. Restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free in-home design consultation. License number CGC 1527613. Renewal by Anderson, where comfort meets savings.
Straight Talk knows the best holiday gift is simply saying yes.
Yes, you can stay up late. Sure, more cookies. Of course we can watch that movie again.
That's why we give you real unlimited data, so you can say yes to all of your family's streaming, scrolling, and sharing. And now at Straight Talk, get another gift worth giving, a free 5G phone with select plans. Because yes is the best gift to give and receive. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
A clutch performance is great on the football field, but when it comes to your freedom, clutch play from your legal representation is vital. When your freedom's on the line, you need Trey Flynn in your corner. Trey is a board-certified criminal defense attorney with 18 years of criminal defense experience. Trey's record speaks for itself. He defends DUI cases, serious felonies, and will fight tooth and nail to protect your rights and your future. Visit TreyFlynn.com or dial 407-557-6350. Arrested today? Call Trey.
At Farmers Insurance, we often wonder, why would you buy a top-of-the-line smartphone only to protect it with the cheapest case? Would you invest thousands in a home reno but use the cheapest electrical wiring? And to apply that common sense further, why would you ever compromise on the quality of your insurance? The answer is simple. You wouldn't. If it's important, it's not worth compromising. That's why with Farmers, you can get quality and savings. Get a quote today at farmers.com.
We are Farmers.
Underwritten by Farmers, Trucker Fire Insurance Exchanges, or affiliate. Products not available in every state.
When you've been in a crash and your mind's racing.
When you've fallen in a store and are blaming yourself.
When you've been hurt at work and don't know what to do. You know who to call. Farah and Farah. Orlando.
The biggest and final store-wide sale of the year at International Diamond Center is coming next weekend, November 14th through 16th. 3 days of unprecedented savings, up to 40% off. Eternity bands, hoops, pendants, bracelets, even ready-to-wear engagement rings. Save up to 40% or get 3 years zero-interest financing. This is the event you wait all year for. Colored gemstone and designer fashion jewelry is included. Best prices all year. It's November 14th through 16th at International Diamond Center. Altamont Springs, Waterford Lakes, and Mall of Millennium. Unapproved credit.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Have an easy holiday only at Staples. Save on custom cards and custom wrapping paper. Great gifts, plus shipping supplies and services to get your packages there safely. Don't miss out on the latest laptops up to 45% off. Staples, that was easy.
Follow the game on Facebook at 96.9 The Game. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Morning, Zoe. Got donuts.
Jeff Bridges, why are you still living above our garage?
Well, I dig the mattress, and I want to be in a T-Mobile commercial like you. Teach me, Saldana.
Oh, no, I'm not really prepared. I couldn't possibly. At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro on them. It's designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet and has the ultimate pro camera system.
Wow, impressive. Let me try. T-Mobile is the best place to get iPhone 17 Pro because they've got the best network.
Nice, Jeffrey.
You heard them. T-Mobile is the best place to get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us with eligible trade-in in any condition.
So, what are we having for lunch?
Dude, my work here is done.
24 monthly bill credits on experience beyond for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits ended. Balance due if you pay off earlier. Cancel finance agreement. iPhone 17 Pro, 256 gigs, $1,099.99, and new line minimum $100 plus a month plan with autopay plus taxes and fees required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence Data 1H2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Eustace Roofing has been the #1 trusted roofing service in Central Florida for generations now. Honesty, quality, pricing, reliability. That's how they've been able to serve the Central Florida community as effectively as they've been able to for the last 60 years, my house included. It might be Halloween, but Santa's sleigh waits for no one. Make sure that your roof is ready for the reindeer to land with $1,500 off from Eustace Roofing. You can't beat a deal like that. The sale ends on October 31st before the ghosts vanish and the elves arrive. So go and check them out. Quick repair, storm damage, full replacement, whatever you need, Eustace Roofing has you covered. With a 4.9 Google rating and over 1,000 satisfied customer reviews, you simply will not find a roofing company more suitable for your home. Mention my name, Brandon Kravitz, when you call and head to eustaceroofing.com to schedule your free estimate today. The real roofers, real craftsmen, real professionals, real experts. Visit eustaceroofing.com.
WYGM Orlando, WJRR HD2 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. The UCF Knights are heard here. Now back to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Welcome back to the show. Happy to have you on board today. Happy Monday to all. Brandon Kravitz, Mike Bianchi, Jaden Grimes on the ones and twos, and all of you tuning in, like the folks that hit us up on the iHeartRadio Talkback today. We will start with our good friend Shell. What you got in the rage cage?
I got a rage cage for you. It was bad enough in the Pistons game when Paulo Banchero was talking trash to Tobias Harris and then misses both free throws, ends up getting clowned on Twitter. Indefensible. Can't defend him when he's doing stuff like that. But then Jalen Suggs in the Washington Wizards game throws up a three, and then before it drops in, he turns to his own bench and starts showboating, and then the thing misses. He's the new Nick Young. He's the new Nick Young meme. It happened.
Yeah, that was not his best moment. If the Magic had lost,
He thought it was going in.
Clown. Yeah, he threw up. Did you see the play?
I did not.
So it was just a random shot in the middle of the first half. Jalen Suggs is in the corner, throws up the three. The second it leaves his hand, he turns around to the bench, doesn't watch the shot go in, which it didn't, by the way, and looks and kind of puts his hands up like, yeah. You know, it would look really cool if the ball went in. It looks a lot less cool when it doesn't.
You know it, and plus, where's the follow-up? You're supposed to follow your shot.
That's right.
Okay?
Good call, Mike. You can't just assume they're going to go in.
Right.
Nobody on the Orlando Magic should take a three that confidently. But I like the gusto. They won the game anyway, so it's all right. And then John Strickland checking in.
Good afternoon, fellas. I am pulling a BK today and wishing myself a happy birthday.
Yeah.
I got me some Crown Royal,
yeah,
some T-bone steaks, which I will be cooking over my fire outside on my tripod.
Like a real man.
And also, I would love to give a shout out to my old high school, Umatilla Bulldogs, for finishing out the season undefeated. Never have I ever seen Umatilla do that, so giving them props for that. Have a great day.
Umatilla Steve would be proud.
Hey, Bulldog!
Proud of my Umatilla Bulldogs.
John is a man after my own heart. I'm cooking up some steaks tonight. I'm drinking tonight.
Little Crown Royal.
And if it was my birthday, I'd be telling you about it, but it's not.
T-bone's my favorite, by the way.
Yeah, it's just a big steak. You throw that in the side of the car like Fred Flintstone. The thing tips over.
I love it.
That's the dream. We're going to talk some trash about the college football teams in the state coming up seconds away. Right now, we're going to kick it over to Fox Sports Radio. We're back in 60 seconds right here on Game On.
Live, local, in your face, and bald. Very bald. Let's send you to the studio for the premier afternoon sports show in the state of Florida. Game On with Mike Bianchi and Brandon Kravitz.
Welcome back to the show. Hope you didn't change that dial because we're just getting warmed up. Live in Orlando, Jacksonville, and Tallahassee, it's Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz, the premier sports talk radio show inside of the state of Florida. Light us up on the Mills Air text line. That's 50857. You can rage cage us as well on the iHeartRadio talkback. They just showed Jaden Daniels walking off the field with his arm in a cast, and they will not show that replay anywhere other than you can find it in the deepest depths of the dark web. But that was,
did you see the still photo of it?
Yeah, I did.
That's two, like Scadaboo's injury last week and then this one. Remember, I told you, that's why I never complain when NFL players hold out for more money.
Yeah, the fact that can happen on your work day, that is troubling. And we are seeing it now in back-to-back weeks. So unfortunate because it does seem like Jaden Daniels' career is going to end up derailed by stuff like this. You worried about him being slight of build. All the guy was doing was bracing himself, and that happens.
I heard somebody this morning sort of, is he going to be the next RG3?
Yeah, it does feel like that.
Right.
RG3 had an injury where that injury was the reason he was never the same again, but is Jaden Daniels just always going to experience things that keep him off the field? But I did see an update that he might be back in a few weeks, which is crazy.
No way.
Yeah.
What?
It's a dislocated elbow if there's no structural damage. Jaden, did you have something you wanted to add to that?
That's what I was going to say. If there's no structural damage, he'll be back in a couple weeks.
Yeah, it was gross, but if they're still in contention, we might see him. Do you remember the good old days, Mikey? The 90s, the early 2000s, hell, even 5 years ago, when football in the state at the college level, when it meant something.
Yeah, I remember.
When it was a lock to be entertaining. Somebody across the state was going to be there until the bitter end. Do you realize now that Miami has lost again? We pretty much have nothing to look forward to in the state.
No.
FSU wet the bed after a hot start, and they're going nowhere.
Yeah, when FSU beating Wake Forest over the weekend is the highlight of the college football.
Was that game even on TV? I think it was on ACC Digital.
It was, yeah. I couldn't find it on my. No.
So you had that. UCF is really bad. After further review, UCF is a bad football team. They are just not getting any better in this conference. Florida already fired their coach, so they've already waved the white flag. And, Miami was our one savior this year. They've lost to Louisville and SMU. They're 2-2 in ACC play. They're worse than Virginia and Duke.
They're in 7th place, and their chances of making the playoff now are, they still have a percentage chance, but I think it's 15% now is their percentage chance of making the playoffs. They're 7th in the ACC standings.
Don't give up hope, Mikey. Don't give up hope.
Jaden, let it go.
Good God.
Let it go.
It's
a resident Canes fan.
It's incredible. And Mario, Mike Huguenin every week comes on and says, Mario Cristobal do something to cost them a game. And I'm not saying he cost them the game, but he did have a chance to go for it, to win in regulation. And what was it, 25 seconds left? They have the ball at their own 25 with a timeout, and he takes a knee. Well, you're not even going to try? Not even going to try to get in field goal range, Kravitz, with your field goal theory?
Yeah, that's more of an NFL thing. I don't know what Miami's working with.
Still, 25.
That's crazy.
25 seconds left, one timeout.
He's not a good game manager as a coach. That's not where he thrives. He needs to hire somebody that can help him with that.
Well, I think
he's a really good recruiter.
He's an offensive line coach, and his offensive line gets penalty after penalty after penalty. They had like 12 penalties, and a lot of those were on the offensive line. He's Mr. Offensive Line, Mario Cristobal.
Well, and he does a good job of getting his offensive line to play well. I think that's been one of the strengths of Miami since he came to the program. Well, all I'm asking for and it's too late now for this season, is just one. Can we just have one program that's perennially great in this state? Because we've lost that. Completely lost it.
We lost that about...
And we had hope coming into this season. I think you had DJ Lagway.
We lost that about 10 years ago. We lost that.
Yeah, but it felt like we were getting it back.
When?
How about earlier in the year when I was, along with other pundits out there, predicting that Miami would be in the national championship game? What about you before the season saying that DJ Lagway would win the Heisman Trophy, or after FSU beat Alabama, you couldn't stop singing the praises of Gus Malzahn? No.
Okay,
you don't get to walk all that back now.
Those are just overreaction predictions.
No, that was real, genuine excitement.
It was excitement for like a week, but that doesn't mean we were back. It was like a 1 week thing. It's been like 15 years.
Yeah, I wish I could go back in time and play this clip for you in September.
It's been like 15. It's been since FSU won the national title under Jimbo Fisher that you had a legitimate, like Dan Mullen had a couple good years at Florida, but they were never national championship contenders. Jim McElwain had a couple good years at Florida where they got pounded in the SEC title game by Alabama. Florida State, have they been, well, of course, the 13-0 season. But again, these are one-season aberrations is all they are.
Can we get a one-season aberration? Because I can't even find that right now.
Well, you had that 2 years ago.
And here's the thing, Mike. I'm pretty sure this is happening for you as well. College football is your favorite sport.
I'm losing interest.
I am losing my zest for the season. I'm losing my zest for the season because of what's happening in the state. But it's also more than that. When I don't know who's good. I don't know who's great, I should say. I know who's good. I don't think there are great teams this year. And I don't know if that's just this. Is it this season? Is that just the personality that college football has taken on this year? Or is that a symptom of this new era of college football with NIL and transfer portal and all of these bloated conferences? I like the fact that there's unpredictability. We've loved that in sports. There's almost too much of it in college football right now, and I think it's taking away from the week-to-week joy. And then when you layer on top the bias opinion of, I would like teams inside of the state, any of them. I grew up a Florida State fan. My wife is a Florida fan. I went to UCF. My mom went to Miami. I've got ties everywhere. We talk about everyone.
It has nothing
I just want someone to be successful.
This has nothing to do with Miami. Hasn't been good. Hasn't been a contender for 20 years. They've never won an ACC title. They didn't have NIL back then.
I know these are
Florida's been bad since Urban Meyer, or mostly bad.
These are sort of two separate lines of thinking that I'm merging into one thought. So let me separate the two.
Okay.
I'm frustrated that the state of Florida football is as poor as it's been, and that it's still poor now, even though we entered the season with some level of expectation. That's take A.
Okay.
Take B is a separate take, which is I don't find this season in college football in general, outside of the state, just nationally, top 25 stuff, I don't find it to be that entertaining. A season that's ruled by the Vanderbilts, Indianas, and
I love it.
And
that Vandy Texas game was incredible to watch the other day. And Texas gets way ahead, and Vandy almost makes a comeback and wins the game. I disagree with your second take. Your first take, obviously, I agree with. I mean, yeah, we all want the Florida teams to do well, but I mean, here you talk about losing your zest for college football in the state of Florida. Here's how I've lost my zest. All right, I would have never missed the Florida-Georgia game in the past. I love the Florida-Georgia game. In fact, I went on a rant, a rave about how much I love this rivalry. All right, I didn't go to the Florida-Georgia game this week because I figured the Gators were going to lose. And I didn't even know what I would write if the Gators lost again. I'm like, what do you write? So I decided to do a column on the UCF game because, A, I thought UCF was going to win, all right? And I thought that would be a better column, but even a UCF loss, as bad as they look, to me, that was a better column than Florida, Georgia. Florida losing to Georgia. I just had no interest in the Florida, Georgia game this year.
Yeah, that's just
Florida's already fired their coach. You can't write, oh, Billy Napier, he's really gone now. No, he's already gone.
Okay, let's play a game. What would the headline of your article been had you been in Jacksonville this weekend? Given the way that it played out,
what would my headline have been? The
headline of the Gator?
It would have been new Billy, same old Gators.
Oh, that's good.
Huh?
That's why they pay him the big bucks over at the Sentinel. That's good. I'm wondering for you, the audience, are you losing your zest for college football this season because of the state of Florida and also because of the level of parity that we're seeing in college football? This is not a parity sport. I like parity in sports. I don't like parity in this sport.
Well, let me go down the list. You think UCF fans are really interested anymore in the season?
No.
Do you think Florida fans are really interested?
No.
Florida State fans?
No.
Miami fans?
Barely.
No.
Usually you can just sort of yell into open space for Miami fans. You don't hear anything back anyway.
Let's ask a Miami fan.
I still have hope. I was still looking forward to the next Miami game. I really am.
Who are they playing?
I don't even remember.
There you go.
Yeah, okay.
There you go. There's there's your typical Miami fan, right? Who they play this week? I don't know.
That was a takedown right there. Up next, Champs and Chumps Part 1. Who are the big winners and losers from the weekend? We'll nominate ours on the way next.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
Now, it's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, cash. That's cash. Enter it now online at 969thegame.com.
The weather outside is frightful, and no, that does not mean that Bianchi is going to start singing. You know what that means. It means that the heat is going to be on before you know it, before you start dislodging all of that gunk from your vents. Do yourself a favor. Give Mills Air a call. Let them slide down that chimney and make sure that everything is just right. No cookies required. When it comes to my AC system, I don't skimp on quality and professionalism. That's why Mills Air is my go-to AC service provider, and they've been doing that for many thousands of Orlando homeowners and business owners since 1992 in this great city. Mills Air, also a Carrier Factory authorized dealer, which means they offer rebates up to $1,275 for a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always rely on the family-owned and operated Mills Air. 407-277-1159, and online you can find them at millsair.com.
You know, fellas, I've been to those so-called men's clinics. You walk in, fill out a form, they jab you with a testosterone shot in the backside, take your money, and send you out the door. No real testing, no real follow-up, no real results. That's not health care. That's fast food medicine. But when I found Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness, I knew right away this place was different. It's led by Dr. John Carrazella, a Yale honors grad in molecular biophysics, a guy who spent 25 years as an orthopedic surgeon before dedicating his life to hormone replacement, sexual health, and age management. When I went in, they actually sat down with me, ran real labs, talked about my sleep, stress, recovery, sex life, everything. Then they built a plan just for me. Within weeks, my focus was sharper, my energy was back, and my sex drive returned. I finally felt like myself again. So don't settle for cookie cutter care. Go where the experts are. Head to hormonesandwellness.com. That's hormonesandwellness.com, and tell them Mike Bianchi, the Bulldog, sent you.
Keep an eye out for an object on the roadway slowing things down on I-4 eastbound near Michigan Street. There's a crash on Kirkman Avenue at Vineland Avenue, getting cleared up there. Traffic starting to pile up in your typical areas on Florida's Turnpike southbound before Osceola Parkway on I-4, getting through that World Drive area. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Everdore Garage Door. Everdoor's Forever Springs last for life. And right now, you save $75. One fix, forever covered. That's Everdore Peace of Mind. Lock it in today at Everdore.com. Everdore, the garage door that lasts evermore.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with Reese Windows and Doors. Trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct impact windows available, with most installs done in under 8 weeks. And now the giveaway is bigger than ever. Win $25,000 in brand new windows absolutely free.
It sucks, but that's NFL. You got to play to the last second. You can't let up even when you feel like the momentum shifted. So that would be how I'm feeling right now, is just play all the way through. And
what was running through your head walking back to the locker room, Chase?
probably the same as what was running through your head, like what the what the
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
At Straight Talk, we know the holidays are your time to say
yes.
So why put up with a wireless company that makes you say
Out of data?
Or
no service here?
Switch to Straight Talk and say yes to real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network covered by Verizon. And with a free 5G phone when you activate select plans, someone else in your family can say yes. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Based on RootMetrics State of 5G Report, United States 1H 2025. Experiences may vary. Not an endorsement of Verizon. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
I'm a beer fanatic, so I don't settle for anything less than the best. And the folks at Hourglass Brewing deliver quality, consistency, everything I'm looking for in a good beer. With that neighborhood charm at their 2 Orlando locations, Hourglass Brewing is a first-class brewery from the same one that cranks out Zoneheads 35 once per year. But it's more than that. They crank out the hits on the daily. 25-plus Hourglass beers on tap every single day. Stop by for happy hour. $3 I4 iSoar citrus lagers from 4 to 6 p.m. all day on Mondays. They even have wines, seltzers, ciders, something for everybody. Cozy up to the bar, get to know their friendly staff. Hourglass is a welcoming watering hole for the entire Orlando community, and they have a location right near downtown Orlando as well, on top of the one right around the corner from me in Longwood. This isn't mass-produced. This is craft. Fresh ingredients, local pride, and a taste that you can actually savor. So next time you need to unwind, skip the ordinary and raise a glass to the extraordinary. Raise a glass to Hourglass Brewing.
Yingling Traditional Lager. Brewed by the same family for nearly 200 years, it's a crisp amber lager with a bold, smooth flavor that's perfect for game day. Whether you're cheering from the stands or watching from your favorite bar, Yingling is the taste of tradition. Yingling. Legends stand the test of time.
Orlando Magic basketball lives here on 96.9 The Game, and your game day Magic coverage is powered by IBEW Local 606, powering and serving Central Florida for over 75 years. For more info, head to IBEWLocal606.org and go Magic.
I'm Scott Hansen, host of NFL Red Zone. Lowe's knows Sundays are for football. That's why we're here to help you get your next DIY project done, even when the clock isn't on your side. Whether that's a new Filtrete filter or Bosch and Cobalt power tools, Lowe's has everything you need to feel like the MVP of DIY. So get it done and earn your Sunday. Shop now, in-store and online. Lowe's, official partner of the NFL.
We are Orlando's sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com. Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Trivia question today for the Hardy ticket. The song All My Rowdy Friends was remade to be the Monday Night Football song for a few seasons. In the actual song, what was the thing that Hank Williams got on his blue jeans at the beginning of the song? Mike, do you know the answer?
I got ketchup on my blue jeans. I just burned my hand. Lord, it's hard to be a bachelor man. I got girls that can cook. I got girls that can clean. I got girls that can do anything in between. Gotta get ready to make everything right. All my rowdy friends are coming over today.
You did not miss one word.
Listen to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz weekdays starting at 3 p.m. on FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the iHeartRadio app. Orlando's hometown sports station. This is 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the free iHeartRadio app. No filters, no favorites, just facts. Let's find out who showed up and who showed out. It's time for Champ or Chump.
It's what Mondays are all about, nominating our champs and chumps. Welcome back to Game On, where we do exactly that. What we do here early on, so this is our first edition of Champs and Chumps today. Bianchi and I will nominate our number one champ and our number one chump from the weekend, and then later in the show, we'll empty the tank. By the way, a quick record update before we get to the champs and chumps. Yingling six-pack. I submitted my pick. I wasn't here on Friday to deliver the reasoning, but perhaps it helped because I went 4-2. Bianchi went a balmy 2-4, but still he's been so hot this season that he's still beating me. 31-29 is Mike Bianchi, and I am 27-33. But I'm catching up to you.
I did hit my free money, free stuff.
What was that this week?
It was the Gators, although I picked them to win outright.
You did, okay, but you still got the cover.
Still got the cover.
And by the way, this is a bonus champ to Gunnar Stockton. Thank you, my friend. Had a profitable college football weekend because he decided to kneel the ball in the 1 yard line.
Oh my God!
Not only,
that was the spread would have been. The spread was 7.5, right?
Yeah, and they were up by 4.
Right.
If he goes into the end zone, which he very well could have done, they still would have won the game.
Yeah.
He chose to make the smart, heady play.
What's so heady about it? Why not just go into the?
All they needed to do was get a first down, kneel, and the Gators can't call timeouts.
Well,
and the game is over.
They're going to win even if he scores a touchdown.
I know,
by 10.
You can guarantee no buffoonery. I just get the first down and I kneel the ball. That is a selfless football move from a leader. And I appreciate the hell out of it because I had the Gators plus 7.5. And also, if you had the over in that game, you got screwed. The over was 50.5, and the total landed on 44 because he didn't go into the end zone. So that move right there shifted a lot of money for sports books. Thank you, Gunnar Stockton. I was on the right side of that. And I would also like to say, for the person that texted in that said, I always lose my zest for the football season when I lose my bets. You're not wrong, but I'm actually having a pretty good season. The locks, not so much. My number one champ, though, Mike, is not about football. It's about baseball. The Dodgers, you got to give credit where credit is due. They won the World Series. Now back-to-back World Series titles for the Dodgers. But I think more importantly, the champ really goes to baseball in general. Baseball fans, your sport is back. So entertaining throughout the season. I think with the changes that were made 2 years ago, the postseason that you had this year, game 7 between the Dodgers and the Blue Jays. You know, if you're into games that go 18 innings, you got one of those too. It was so entertaining. Well, let's take you back to game 7. Miguel Rojas in the 9th inning for the Dodgers.
Full count. Hoffman delivers. Rojas hits it in the air, left field. This ball's got some carry. It is gone! It's gone! And game 7 is tied! Miguel Rojas off the bench in game 6, on the board in game 7.
This crowd, well, we talked about it in another series. This has turned into a library here.
Yeah, that was in Toronto. And you know the Dodgers, Dave Roberts is probably like, could you just find a way to get on base because Ohtani's up next? There's 2 outs. And then Rojas is the one that hits the home run.
Miggy. He's like, everybody talks about the Dodgers' huge payroll. Miggy is the guy who comes through for him.
And then the game-winning home run from Will Smith, not just a rapper, not just an actor, also a home run hitter.
The 2-0. Smith with a smash in the air to deep left field. This ball is out of here. Smith lets it fly and breaks the tie in game 7.
Oh, yeah, you could hear a pin drop there.
Yeah. And the guy's caught like 73 innings in the series in the series. He caught 73 innings.
He has also won 6 straight World Series rings. He's been on the last 6 champions, and only 2 of those have been the Dodgers.
Yeah.
He's been on the last 6. Rangers, Astros, all those teams. Who you got? Who's your champ?
We talked about it earlier. Even though they lost the game, my champ goes to not just Vanderbilt, but their quarterback, Diego Pavia. I mean, that guy's unbelievable. I know you were busy and you didn't watch the Vandy game.
That was during my kid's 6th birthday
party. The Vandy Texas game. I mean, Texas jumps out to a big lead, and Pavia is my Heisman guy right now. I mean, he never, that team never quit. Pavia had 408 total yards, career high 365 through the air. Again, Vanderbilt rallies from way down and nearly comes back. They lose by 3 in Texas, but kudos to Vanderbilt. Kudos to the new system of college football that allows Vanderbilt and Indiana to be playoff contenders. It's incredible.
I guess.
Yeah, I love it. I love
it. Your number one champ this weekend was a loser?
Absolutely.
My chump, YouTube, which is owned by Google, and Disney, shame on you. Do you not have enough money in the bank account? These are billion-dollar industries that essentially run our country. That's how important Google and Disney are.
Mm-hmm.
Why they can't settle a dispute over airing a couple of channels, ESPN, ABC. As of right now, if you're a YouTube TV subscriber, good luck watching Monday Night Football tonight because you won't have it. Florida, Georgia over the weekend.
I've got Spectrum. I watch Florida, Georgia. I'm going to be watching Monday Night Football.
This isn't about Spectrum. Huh? This is about those that
maybe
decided
you need to get on traditional cable.
This is those who cut the cord like responsible Americans, and then here you are getting screwed by Google and Disney because they're fighting over pennies. Get over yourselves. The only person that's hurting all of this is the consumer. Screw you, both of you.
Fighting for the working man. That's Brandon Kravitz. My chump goes to Auburn. Auburn fires Hugh Freeze yesterday. All right. Not that Hugh Freeze doesn't deserve to be fired, but here we go. If you're scoring at home, all right. So Auburn paid Hugh Freeze $15.8 million.
Chump change.
In buyout. Okay, but I'm not done.
Oh.
Before they hired Hugh Freeze, they fired Brian Harsin. They paid him $15.3 million in buyout money. Before Brian Harsin, they fired Gus Malzahn and paid him $20.1 million in buyout money. And I believe they're still paying, they're certainly paying Hugh Freeze, but I believe they're still paying the other 2 coaches as well. In all, the school spent $53.2 million in buyouts for its last 3 coaches. And still can't get it right.
No better than Penn State. At least Penn State got some wins out of it.
Why didn't they just keep Gus Malzahn? He never had a losing record there. He beat Nick Saban 3 times, which is more than any other coach. All the other coaches in the SEC combined, yeah. Right?
Are you familiar?
Why didn't they just keep him? They would have saved themselves a lot of money
if they only had crystal balls. Are you familiar with the meme of the guy that's going, "You sure about that? Are you sure about that?" That is what every AD should say to their fan base before they actually go and fire the coach. Are you sure about that?
Right.
Okay. Because we can waste a whole lot of your money right now and be no better for it. We might want to get that as a drop, by the way, just next time.
You sure about that?
Are you sure about that? Up next, athletes and coaches were spitting fire on the microphones this weekend. We'll hear about all that mic'd up. First of the week coming your way next.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
Hey, it's the Bulldog, Mike Bianchi of Don Mealy Chevrolet in Claremont is celebrating 50 years of getting Central Florida on the road. If you're ready for a new truck, this is your moment. Right now, during truck month, get 2.9% APR for 72 months on the brand new 2026 Silverado 1500. They've got over 60 Silverados in stock, built for everything from the job site to the boat ramp or just cruising on the weekend. For half a century, Don Mealy Chevrolet has been the truck experts, helping Floridians find the perfect ride for work and play. Come celebrate the Big 5-0 with incredible savings on a Silverado you've been dreaming about. Only at Don Mealy Chevrolet in Claremont. Chevy. Together, let's drive.
I don't know about you, but I can't stand when I see creepy crawlies all over my house. That's why I have to have a pest control provider that doesn't just treat the pest problem, they solve it. You can keep your home protected from the bugs all year long. Get yourself a termite bond while you're at it. Tell them that Brandon Kravitz and Mike Bianchi from Game On sent you by. Get 10% off of your initial service. Burn Pest is a family-run operation right here in our backyard in Central Florida. Go and find them online easily, and don't stress about these pests anymore. It's burnpests.com.
Is your financial advisor offering you up to a 30% upfront bonus? Or are they promising you up to 10% growth per year, all for your retirement income? If not, then you need to come to Trajan Wealth. I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. If you have a plan to retire within the next 10 years, don't wait only to find out it's too late. I've seen hardworking folks like you retire only to be required to go back to work, all because their advisor told them guarantees like these were too good to be true. They're not. That's up to $30,000 upfront or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't keep working when you're supposed to be retired, and don't let any financial advisor tell you it's too good to be true. Call Trajan today, 407-204-0300. That's 407-204-0300.
Annuities, non-advisory products. DBA Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions. Additional disclosures at trajanwealth.com.
What if, instead of choosing between a big bank or a small bank, you could choose one bank that's the best of both? That's First Horizon. With big bank reliability and small bank resolve, you get 160 years of financial strength and stability and an enduring commitment to personal service. When the best of big meets the best of small, you get it all to help you on the road to your horizon. First Horizon Bank. Visit firsthorizon.com/get-it-all.
The biggest and final store-wide sale of the year at International Diamond Center is coming next weekend, November 14th through 16th. 3 days of unprecedented savings, up to 40% off. Eternity bands, hoops, pendants, bracelets, even ready-to-wear engagement rings. Save up to 40% or get 3 years zero-interest financing. This is the event you wait all year for. Colored gemstone and designer fashion jewelry is included. Best prices all year. It's November 14th through 16th at International Diamond Center. Altamont Springs, Waterford Lakes, and Mall of Millennium. Unapproved credit.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine.
If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. In Office Orlando.
With football season in full swing, the World Series, and basketball season tipping off, there's no better place to get in on the action than Bet Online, your number one source for all things sports. Bet Online gives you more ways to play, with the latest odds, breaking news, live scores, and in-game action so you never miss a moment. And don't forget the VIP program with exclusive level-up bonuses and weekly cash boosts. Head to BetOnline today, because at BetOnline, the game starts here.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here for our friend Mike Lester and the team at Talon Wealth Management.
That thing we don't want to talk about is a will. If you don't have one, Mike and his team would like to help you out. They'll start you off with a comprehensive financial plan.
If you are 55 or over and have saved at least $250,000 for retirement, the Talon Comprehensive Financial Plan is complimentary. And when that plan's in hand, you will also receive the gift of a will and trust courtesy of Talon Wealth.
The folks at Talon Wealth are not attorneys, but they work with a group of attorneys who'll provide a will and trust at no charge to you. Reach out at 813-755-5000. 813-755-5000. One more time, that's 813-755-5000. And be sure and tell them that Clay and Buck sent you.
Advisory services offered through Talon Private Wealth LLC, a SEC registered investment advisor. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal, tax, or financial advice.
It's Macy's Friends and Family, the best time to kickstart your holiday shopping with big savings on our best brands like DKNY, Hugo Boss, Karl Lagerfeld Paris, and more at 30% off. Plus, take 15% off Valentino, Gucci, and more top beauty brands. Or Star Rewards members can earn $20 in Star Money for every $100 spent on eligible brands. Going on now, only at Macy's Friends and Family. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Betting exchanges have become the new craze in sports betting, and there is no one on the internet that does it better than BetterEdge. So transparent, so honest, so user-friendly. BetterEdge gives you that little extra advantage that you need. I've said it many times. I've bet on sports for a while. I did not start making money consistently until I started using BetterEdge. I also share competitions every Friday that we can dive into together as well. My Beat Brandon Challenge. Sign up for the first time, get $20 on the house. Just use the promo code BeatBrandon when you sign up at BetterEdge.com or on the BetterEdge app.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-785-1155. That's 800-785-1155.
Lowe's knows Sundays hit different when you earn them, so we're helping you with deals on top brands like Scott's, Pit Boss, Cobalt, and Trex Decking. So get to Lowe's, get it done, and earn your Sunday. Lowe's, official partner of the NFL.
Eustace Roofing. New roof, no mess.
Week 9 of the NFL season wraps up with the Dallas Cowboys hosting the Arizona Cardinals on Monday Night Football. College basketball tips off tonight with defending national champion and third-ranked Florida taking on number 13 Arizona in Las Vegas, while UCF hosts Hofstra. And the Magic will ride back-to-back wins in Atlanta tomorrow night. Orlando is coming off a 31-point rout of the Washington Wizards on Saturday. I'm Darryl Drainer.
This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission.
You wouldn't drive a car under the influence, so why would you operate a boat? The FWC wants to remind you that operating a boat while impaired is just as deadly as driving a car and carries the same penalties. Be as safe at sea as you are on land. Visit myfwc.com for more info.
Orlando's new home for Florida State football is AM 810 Fox Sports Radio Orlando. Hear every game live on AM 810 or search Fox Sports Radio Orlando on the free iHeartRadio app. Coaches, players, GMs, everyone's got an opinion these days. Let's hear from the biggest names in the game. It's time for Mic'd Up.
Mic'd Up brought to you by Adventure Boat Share. Unlimited, hassle-free boating without having to own a boat. You can go boating or fishing anytime you want with any kind of boat you want. Fishing boats, ski boats, pontoon boats, anything you want. Check them out, adventureboatshare.com. All right, let's start out with my Jaguars over the weekend. Cam Miller kicks a 68-yard field goal for an NFL record. Here's the kick, and Liam Cohen talking about it afterward.
50 yards away. It's up there. It's out there. And it's good. It's good from 68.
That was what ignited us, I think. You know, they missed the extra point on their touchdown. We get it in field goal range, or we get it in somewhat range. And for a guy that we have not lost confidence in, everybody's been trying to get us to lose confidence in him. I know that for sure. And we have never lost confidence in him. And he went on the bye, got away from it, and sets an NFL record on his first kick back. So, and then makes obviously multiple critical kicks throughout the game to keep the thing going. Couldn't be more proud of him and this whole team.
What did he have, the 63-yarder in the preseason? Is that what it was, a 63-yarder he had in the preseason? Now he's kicked an NFL record 68-yarder. These kicks are getting out of control. I love the fact that he broke the record, but this isn't like Tom Dempsey back in the day, you know, the kicker with half a foot kicking a 63-yarder that barely trickles over the bar. I mean, these the kick he made was like, it could have been 75 yards. I mean, they're booming these things.
Are you saying that we're going to have to get to a point where we change the kicking rules?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
I'm trying to think of how we could go about doing that. Maybe move the goalposts back a little bit, put them in the stands, something like that.
Or make them narrower. I don't know.
Or change the ball. You have to kick with a different ball.
Well,
I think they
do kick with different balls.
Well, I think that's
then.
part of the problem.
Right.
Is that it's easier to make longer field goals now because of these K balls that are out there.
Right. So, anyway, congratulations to Cam Miller for helping my Jaguars win.
They're juicing the balls.
They are juicing the ball. The Miami Hurricanes could have used some juice in their balls on Saturday because they go down to SMU. What are you laughing at? That's their second loss of the season. Mario Cristobal, the head coach, talking about what this loss does to the Hurricanes, perhaps their playoff chances.
Well, you just got to be a grown man and face reality. We didn't take care of business, and that's completely on us. And, if you're raised the right way, you've got the right stuff inside you, you go right back to work. You don't know how things shake out. This is certainly a wild college football season, and the focus has to be on us taking care of our business. I mean, that's again, you always give credit to the opponent because, it's a good football team. And when you make that many mistakes, and they are flat out mistakes, it's on everybody in the organization, but myself, every coach, every player. And when you make that many mistakes as an organization, you allow yourself to be put in a position where you can get beat. And that's what happened today in overtime.
Last year, it looked like Miami might make the playoff, might win the ACC for the first time ever. They lose to Georgia Tech and Syracuse near the end of the season. This year, it's Louisville, which is a good team, don't get me wrong, and SMU, which is a good team as well. But still, Miami can't get over the hump. They can't get over the hump.
I think we're so used to Miami when they're good because of the way they were in the 2000s and prior to that when they're good, they're unstoppable. And so I certainly got drunk on that, seeing Miami beat teams like Notre Dame, see them absolutely throttle what was at that point a pretty good USF team. All of it pretty much dominate the game against Florida. All of these start to stack, and you go, with the talent that's out there and the Malachi Tonys of the world, that's the Miami that I grew up with, and nobody in college football is beating that version of Miami. But that version of Miami doesn't exist.
Right.
And no matter how bad we want it to return, it's just not. Can we stop? And I'm saying this to myself along with everybody else. Can the term Miami is back never be uttered again? The U is back.
Yeah,
Can we never utter that ever again?
The U is back. SMU. As the play-by-play guy said. All right, the Florida State Seminoles rout Wake Forest to stop a 4-game losing streak. It was their first ACC win since, September of last year, I believe. Here is Tommy Castellanos, the quarterback, talking about how the team was sort of playing for the embattled coach, Mike Norvell.
And with Coach Norvell, he's probably he's one of the, I told him that him and Coach Gus Malzahn are the only two men in my life that I've seen with my own two eyes that is consistent every day. The way he pours into us, the way he pushes us after those losses, with all the critics and stuff going on, what he's doing in the building, good morning, yelling, like same energy, same intensity, like he's blocking out the noise and continuing to push us. And like with everything that's going on, like we see it, and you don't think that we go through stuff. Like he's the one that and helping us thrive. So
Mike Norvell, I've always liked Mike Norvell. I've always liked him. The guy has always been upbeat, accommodating to the media. I thought he was a really good college football coach, an offensive-minded coach when he was at Memphis, obviously, and then at Florida State, and then the last couple years. But his attitude seems to be the same.
If he ever gets fired, it's not going to be because he's not upbeat and positive.
Right.
That's certainly not going to be the case. I still think he's a good coach. It comes down to recruiting. He recruited really well. at Memphis, and for a stretch, he recruited really well at FSU.
And he picked the right players out of the portal. Yeah.
And I don't think he's been as proficient a portal guy over the last couple of seasons, and it's hurt him.
Right.
Firing Mike Norvell, to me, I'm over this whole firing thing. Okay. Unless somebody does something to embarrass your program, just stick with your coach.
I agree.
Okay. That's not because
I agree. I would have stuck with Billy Napier.
I think it becomes more marketing than anything else. The next guy that you bring in, unless it's one of those top 5 college football coaches that truly makes a difference, and that list is so small, unless you get one of those guys, what's the difference?
Right. UCF gets face planted 30-3 by a struggling Baylor team on Saturday. Here's Scott Frost after the game.
Yeah, that was as frustrating offensive performance as I've been a part of. And it was a lot of things. The game started out the wrong way. We got to take a look as coaches if we had too much in and our guys couldn't handle it. If it was a noise on the road, whatever it was, we didn't play well. And what's weird is going into the game at the hotel, everything, man, guys were dialed in, excited to play. I thought that was the most ready we were to play, and it certainly didn't play up that one on the field.
First time UCF hasn't scored a touchdown since 2015. The most point or the least amount of points Baylor has given up in a conference game since, I think, 2006. So he's right. That was a terrible offensive performance on Saturday. I mean, I wrote a column about it. There's no other way to look at this except that this is a regression, and now we know how big Scott Frost's rebuilding job is.
Yeah, UCF is far behind the 8 ball in a really good football conference. They're just not there. It's just not a good football program right now. And I know that the buzz is gone for Scott Frost being the head coach. Just think about how jubilant most of us were when he got hired. And a lot of UCF fans now, I think, but it's going to be hard to get people to go to these games. But
isn't this what we expected in year one?
It is, but I think there's a difference between I don't expect to be that good, and you say that to yourself as a fan, and then having to actually live through it.
Right.
It's sobering when you consider the buzz that was in the air when he got hired. It's unfortunate. And I'm not saying he's on the hot seat. We're not having that conversation yet, but the excitement is gone. Now he's got to produce.
All right, finally, the Gators look like they might be beating Georgia on Saturday, but the Dogs came back, won the game in the fourth quarter. Here's Gators interim coach Billy Gonzalez.
We're not here for moral victories. We came up short. We came here to win, so we've got to continue to work to get better. But all in overall, this group of men in there, I just had a chance to talk with. And I told them I respect them. I respect them for the way that they've handled change over this past week. I respect them how resilient that they've been over this past week. I respect how they've responded.
Well, what do you say about the Gators? I mean, Billy Gonzalez, Billy Napier, does it really matter? Again, you said I'm over firing coaches. Why not just leave Billy Napier there? I mean, they look the same, right? They look
the exact same. And to me, it comes down to the quarterback position. I think DJ Lagway is, now that you've removed Billy Napier from the equation, you go, okay, now what does it look like without Billy? Maybe he was the problem. Sometimes that is the case. It's not like firing a coach is always a bad idea. UCLA did it. That worked out really well for them instantaneously. But Lagway looked like the same guy. He's slow in the pocket. He either overthrows or underthrows wide receivers that are wide open. He can't make the simple plays when they have a situation late in the game where they just need 2 yards to get themselves in position to create a bigger lead for themselves, and they can't get there. That's what good quarterbacks are there for, to make those plays. And the play calling is meh, but it's DJ Lagway's lack of execution that's the biggest problem. 166 yards, and Georgia's defense is not dominant this year. He's the problem.
Yeah.
Coming up next, we want to hear from you. 50857 is how you can reach us on the text line. Also on the iHeartRadio Talk Back Monster Jam tickets up for grabs next.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
When it comes to my AC service providers, I do not skimp on quality. I will not skimp on professionalism. Those are my personal values when it comes to anybody that's going to walk into my home and help me with the things that I need help with. And Mills Air is my go-to AC service provider for exactly that reason. And they keep it simple too. They'll explain what's wrong. They give you clear options, and they never push you into anything that you don't absolutely need. From emergency repairs to preventative maintenance, they are the captains of cool. And they've been doing that for Orlando homeowners and business owners since 1992. Mills Air, Carrier Factory Authorized Dealer as well, which means you can earn rebates just for getting a Carrier unit through Mills Air. 407-277-1159 and online at millsair.com.
Hey, are you ready for a weekend getaway that's got something for everyone? Then pack your bags and head to Mission Resort and Club in beautiful Howey in the Hills, just a short drive from Orlando, right there next to Claremont. Mission Resort is renowned for its 2 stunning championship golf courses. El Campeon, the Champion, was founded in 1917 and is one of the most tradition-steeped courses in the Southeast. Book your tee times, and when you check in at the pro shop, tell them I sent you, and you'll get a free bucket of range balls. But there's more than just golf. You can also play pickleball, tennis, or rent a boat at the marina and explore the largest chain of lakes in Florida. Also celebrate the holiday with their special Thanksgiving holiday brunch on Thursday, November 27th from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. Oh, is it going to be good? Secure your table easily by making a reservation on opentable.com, or you can make reservations for the hotel, golf tee times, and the Thanksgiving brunch at missionresortandclub.com. Mission Resort, your next great escape is closer than you think.
There's a serious accident getting cleared up westbound on Curry Ford Road, just past Summerlin Boulevard. An accident.
We have not lost confidence in. Everybody's been
Hard use of the ball does to the Hurricanes perhaps their playoff chances.
Well, yeah, you just got to be a great
Kick with different.
Well, I think
balls
that's
in.
part of the problem. Is
Right.
that it's easier to make longer field goals now because of these K balls that are out there.
Right. So anyway, congratulations to Cam Miller for helping my Jaguars win.
They're juicing the balls.
They are juicing the ball. The Miami Hurricanes could have used some juice in their balls on Saturday because they go down to SMU. They're
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
I'm worth more.
I'm worth a little more.
I'm worth a lot more. You are worth more, and your car is worth more at GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your.
At Farmers Insurance, we often wonder, why would you buy a top-of-the-line smartphone only to protect it with the cheapest case? Would you invest thousands in a home reno but use the cheapest electrical wiring? And to apply that common sense further, why would you ever compromise on the quality of your insurance? The answer is simple. You wouldn't. If it's important, it's not worth compromising. That's why with Farmers, you can get quality and savings. Get a quote today at farmers.com.
We are farmers.
Underwritten by Farmers, Trucker Fire Insurance Exchanges, or affiliate. Products not available in every state.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text free.
Protect your home with Reese Windows and Doors. Trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct impact windows available, with most installs done in under 8 weeks. And now the giveaway is bigger than ever. Win $25,000 in brand new windows absolutely free.
Oh, Jalen, you don't need our money. Kickstart your week properly. Mondays don't have to be boring. You can start your week at Wing House with $1 wings bursting with flavor and $3 margaritas that, just hit right for you. Whether you're easing into the work week or catching up with friends, Wing House has the perfect combo to make Monday your new favorite day. Great food, cold drinks, unbeatable value, served with a side of Wing House charm. 3 Central Florida locations. Wing House, good food, beautifully served. I don't know what.
Bianchi Kravitz is back. Time to see if they're ready to put their money where their mouth is. Let's get into another round of Bet It or Forget It.
Top of the 5 o'clock hour, the world-famous daily segment, Bet It or Forget It, brought to you by the leader in peer-to-peer betting across the globe. If you are tired of betting against the house, it's time to start betting against your buddies instead. Introducing Better Edge, the peer-to-peer sports betting app where you set the odds, you challenge your friends, and you cash in. If you're right, use the promo code BeatBrandon at sign up for $20 upon your first arrival. That's betteredge.com. Tickets to Monster Jam available right now. You can text in 50857. I only had about 5 seconds to queue up the trivia questions, so I'll still give you guys some time here. If you're one of the first 10 to send in the right answer, then you will qualify. The Monster Mash song, which is a staple of Halloween. I love a good cheesy song, but it is a terrible, objectively an awful song. That is a really bad
No,
song.
what are you talking about?
That's just, you would never, ever put that on because you're trying to enjoy a song driving down the road.
Talking about by Boris Karloff and the
good,
Gravediggers.
It's a good song that comes on at a Halloween party. You would never, ever listen to this in the car. The only Halloween song, though, that anybody knows. So do you know who sang?
I just told you, Boris Karloff and the Gravediggers.
It's Bobby Boris Pickett is the name that I found. I don't know.
I knew there was a Boris.
I think you added the Gravediggers part.
I just
because
made
of
it.
Monster Jam.
Yeah, I just made it. I did. I made up. I knew it was Boris something, so I just went with Boris Karloff and the Gravediggers.
You ready for a hot take, Mike?
What?
Halloween, great holiday, hands down the worst musical holiday of the entire year. Trying to put together a Halloween playlist is
Thriller,
death.
Thriller, and yeah.
I always feels like Somebody's watching me.
Yeah.
That's one. And then you run out of ideas.
Ghostbusters, yeah.
Then you get the Jason theme song.
There's the song Spooky by who sings Spooky?
I don't know. Yeah. So one more complaint before we get to Bet It or Forget It. Because we had listeners were just in correction mode today. I said you said that you love a T-bone, that's your favorite steak, and I said, yeah, throw that in the side of Fred Flintstone's car and it'll tip over. And they said, it's a Fred Flintstone didn't toss a T-bone, it was ribs. Guys, ease up, okay? I don't know if this is just how you walk around every day or if you really like to correct sports talk radio hosts. And then
you know why T-bone is the best steak, right?
Because you get a little bit of the New York strip and a little bit of the filet.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Somebody said, gotta correct you, BK. It's actually 2 separate Will Smiths that have won the last 6 World Series. There was a pitcher and a catcher.
Okay.
All right, guys. Just,
What was it? Somebody said something about juice in the balls or something.
Somebody said they
Could've
want
used some juice in their balls.
Oh, I got it. He got it.
Could have used some juice in their balls. You were talking about juice balls, and all I said was the Miami Hurricanes could have used some juice in their balls. Why is that?
Yeah,
a big
because
deal?
you were talking about kicking field goals.
Right.
Yeah, that wasn't Mike wasn't speaking inappropriately.
No, I wasn't trying to at all.
Jaden, hit the music. Let's kick things over to the Bulldog.
It is time for the wildly popular, critically acclaimed game show, Bet It or Forget It. All right, I have a bunch of them here because we're going to go through the entire weekend. So, Kravitz, don't get too wordy here. All right?
Too late.
Let's start with the World Series. 7 games, goes down to the 11th inning, and the aforementioned Will Smith hits the home run in the 11th inning. Of course, we had the 18-inning marathon 18-inning marathon earlier in the series. Bet it or forget it. This will go down as the greatest World Series of our lifetime.
Bet it. Sure. I like that new cash register, by the way. Yeah, I always get lost in the moment anyway, so I'm just gonna lean into that because I don't know who to compare it to.
Right.
That was a damn good one. It was a great baseball season, great finish. Game 7, extra innings, multiple occasions. I don't have an argument against it.
With their third World Series in 6 years, the 2020 Dodgers now qualify as a modern-day dynasty. Bet it or forget it.
It's just 2, though?
3 in the last 6 years.
I'm going to say bet it. Yeah, they're just on the borderline. I think 3 championships over that span of time puts you in dynasty territory, and they're not going anywhere. If we're being honest with ourselves, they'll probably be right back there next year.
The Orlando Magic throttle the Washington Wizards 125-94 Saturday night, their second consecutive victory. Bet it or forget it. A victory is nice, but beating the Washington Wizards is like the Harlem Globetrotters beating the Washington Generals. This proves nothing.
Forget it. Forget about it. They didn't just beat them, they throttled them. So I do think that proves something. It proves that the Magic can play the style of basketball that you were thinking they would be able to play coming into the season. This can be unraveled if you lose games or play poorly against teams that are on par with you or are better than you, if you look like the Wizards in those situations. But seeing the Magic consistently scoring the ball as effectively as they have to start this season and blowing out their last 2 opponents shows that they're not that dissimilar from where they were a year ago, and they might actually be better, and that's all people wanted to see.
Bet it or forget it. Inserting Jonathan Isaac back into the rotation is the key to the Magic's defensive improvement over the last 2 games.
Forget it. Forget about it. It helps, but he doesn't play enough minutes for that to be the key. This has to be from the guys that are playing heavier minutes. This needs to be Desmond Bane needs to be really good on defense. He's been better. Jalen Suggs needs to play more minutes. He is getting there. Paolo, Franz, those are the guys that need to play better defensively. Anthony Black. Jonathan Isaac comes in. It's like putting a little bit of A1 sauce on your steak. That should not be the reason your steak is good. If that's the case, then You don't have a good steak on your hands.
If you're putting A1 sauce.
You probably don't have a good steak. That wasn't the best analogy. Yeah. I'm sure it'll be corrected on the text line. You should be using Heinz 57 anyway.
A1's much better than Heinz 57. All right. The Miami Hurricanes lose their second game. They get beat by SMU in overtime. That is their second loss in the last 3 weeks. Bet it or forget it. Mario Cristobal is the James Franklin of South Florida. He can get your program to a certain level, but he'll never get over the hump.
Forget it. Hit the button. Oh, no. See, Jaden,
editorializing.
The Hurricane producer doesn't want me to trash his coach because, no, he's not the James Franklin of the South. James Franklin achieved way more than Mario Cristobal ever has. At least he's won college football playoff games. When you really think about it, all Mario Cristobal has done is effectively driven up the hype thermometer, the temp on the hype thermometer. That's it. He hasn't actually accomplished anything. So, no, you are not in the James Franklin category just yet.
Bet it or forget it. The Hurricanes are not getting their $5 million money's worth out of Carson Beck.
Oh, bet it. They paid that money so that they would be in the college football playoff competing for a national championship. It looked early on like that's what was going to happen. And Carson Beck not only was working his way into the Heisman conversation, and Miami is one of the best teams in the nation, he was working himself back into first round conversation in the NFL draft. I don't think there's any GM that has watched a lick of Miami football that would touch him with a 10-foot pole after the way he has looked this season. So he's not worth the investment, and he's cost himself a lot of money by being check down Charlie and interception Irene this season.
Interception Irene. All right. The Florida State Seminoles blow out Wake Forest to end the 4-game losing streak. Bet it or forget it. FSU is getting its money's worth out of new offensive coordinator Gus Malzahn, whose offense, as we speak, is ranked number 1 in the country.
Wow, I did not realize that. Bet it. How could you argue? The stats back it up. Some of that is because of what he did against patsy opponents, but I think at this point in the season, most college football programs have a couple of those under their belt. They did have to play catch up against Miami, so there's some context to be layered into being number 1, but they're still ranked high, even if you wanted to dock some points because of the situations that they've been in. Tommy Castellanos looks really good, and then a lot of that has to do with play calling, and Gus Malzahn is working right now at FSU. And let's also be honest, well, FSU has struggled the last few games. That's not because of their offense. Their offense isn't the problem. It's their defense, and Gus has nothing to do with that.
All right, last two. The Gators put up a fight against Georgia, but end up going down in the end 24-20. Bet it or forget it. This game proves that Billy Napier built a good roster that can compete with the SEC's best teams, and maybe he should have been given one more year.
Forget it. I know I said earlier, like, why fire these coaches? Just stick with the guys you have. What's really the difference? I'm not sure Billy Napier was ever resembled a great coach. I do think you have to have somebody that gets the most. I mean, you could say this about any coach in any sport. You have to get guys to play above their skill level. Otherwise, you are ultimately failing as a coach. And I don't think Billy Napier ever did that. I don't look at the players that played for Billy Napier and say they were better because they got upgraded a couple of yards, a couple of points in their overall rating because they played for Billy Napier.
All right, last one. UCF gets blasted by Baylor 30-3 on Saturday, their worst performance of the season. Bet it or forget it. It was a horrible game, but it won't matter if UCF beats Houston in the space game Friday night, because a victory over Houston and a victory over Okie State still gets UCF into a bowl game, and that is the standard this year.
As weird as it sounds, I'll say bet it. That's what UCF fans are after. Just be playing while we're all kicked back and eating our leftover holiday food.
Yeah.
against some opponent that won't excite you, but the game will be on, and you'll feel a sense of pride in that, even if it's just the Holiday Bowl.
I don't mind that Gasparilla Bowl. What's the matter with the Gasparilla Bowl? Does the Big 12 have? I don't even know if the Big 12 has a tie-in with the Gasparilla Bowl.
I don't think they do.
No.
But we'll figure it out. We'll figure out who the tie-ins are.
A little Gasparilla or a little Sarsaparilla, whichever.
I don't know what accent you're doing right now. But,
No, Western.
That's what that is?
Yeah, no sarsaparilla. I have a sarsaparilla on the rock.
You sound like Gramps. I'm going to visit at the retirement home.
Yeah, Walter Brennan, a little sarsaparilla.
Bring me some of that pudding there, hon, would you? Up next, Champs and Chumps. Part 2. We empty the tank right here. Old Western in this old saloon coming up right after this, y'all.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz. It's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, Bills. That's Bills. Enter it now online at 969thegame.com.
It is the Bulldog, Mike Bianchi, and every sports fan knows that just like your favorite team needs the right draft picks, your home needs the right upgrades. It's time to take your windows and doors off the injured reserve list. Don't let worn out windows be your weak link. Renewal by Andersen is the MVP of replacement windows and doors. Their Acclaim Impact windows are incredible. They're made with exclusive Fibrex material. This stuff is twice as strong as vinyl and built to defend against Florida's strong winds and relentless sun. When high-velocity storms roll in with flying debris, these windows are the stout defense your home deserves. And now, during their Black Friday sales event, you'll get 20% off replacement windows and patio doors and pay nothing for 2 years. Zero down, zero payments until 2027. Whether you're in Central Florida, the Gulf Coast, or Jacksonville, upgrade your home's defense today. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free in-home consultation. That's bestwindowsflorida.com. License number CGC 1527613. Renewal by Andersen, where comfort meets savings.
I've been telling you guys about Kevin Krager with LPT Realty, one of the top 25 producing agents in Central Florida. This guy is money, literally, and he joins me now to chat about the latest in real estate. Your communication and availability is what sets you apart. Why is that such an important aspect of what you do in real estate?
Because you have to build a relationship with people. If people don't trust you, if they can't get in touch with you, they're not going to understand and believe that you have their best interest at hand. I always answer my phone. If I don't answer my phone, I'm going to call you back. And most of the time I shoot you a quick text that says, I'll call you right back. Now I do set some boundaries, typically about 7 or 8 o'clock at night, I'm not going to answer, but for the most part, you can get in touch with me, which makes the process easier.
When it comes to real estate, experience matters. Trust Kevin Krager to guide you right along. Search him by name on Facebook or call him today, 407-702-4635.
You're going to get caught up in some slowdowns on all the major roadways this afternoon, and there's a couple of accidents here that might be affecting your drive as well. Westbound lanes are blocked on Curry Ford Road between Summerlin Boulevard at Conway Road. Look out for a crash on Alafaya Trail north of McCulloch Road getting cleared up. The right lane's blocked on Orange Blossom Trail southbound past Holden Avenue. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by eBay.
So I was on eBay because I'm absolutely obsessed
with this rare hologram trading card. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. eBay had it. They even had
perfect parts that fit my car.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay.
It's always a great feeling seeing a fellow Noel on the road. Show your spirit with the Florida State University specialty license plate. Visit your local tax collector's office and get yours today with a $25 rebate for first-time buyers. Let's pave the streets with garnet and gold. Go Noels.
Wow, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, That's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
You've worked hard for your land. Now let it work for you. With Fields and Forests, you can diversify your land and earn income while leaving a lasting legacy for future generations. Designed to work with landowners with 40 or more acres, this program helps grow pine trees on your open fields with all upfront costs covered. Annual payments are guaranteed for 30 years, plus you can earn profits from approved timber harvests and any farming on adjacent acres. Invest in your land and your future. Learn more at fieldsandforests.org.
It's International Diamond Center's biggest and last store-wide sale of the year. Save up to 40% on virtually everything, or get 3-year zero-interest financing. Incredible savings November 14th through 16th, only at International Diamond Center.
Join us daily on 96.9 The Game for your Embers Only Cigar of the Week, brought to you by Corona Cigar Company. Luxury cigar lifestyle, fine spirits, and relaxation await at your nearest Corona Cigar. Dr. Phillips, downtown, Heathrow, or online at coronacigar.com.
If you want your windows there and wait, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with Reese Windows and Doors. Trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct impact windows available, with most installs done in under 8 weeks. And now the giveaway is bigger than ever. Win $25,000 in brand new windows absolutely free. Just text WOW to 20129. Already entered? Then you're automatically eligible to win $25,000 in windows. Don't wait. Text WOW to 20129.
On the job, every minute counts. That's why Lowe's now has ProBlock Quick Dry Primer, expertly manufactured by Sherwin-Williams. Engineered for pros to dry fast and go on smooth for virtually flawless results that keep your job moving. It's available in oil and water-based, and getting it is easy. Order online by 2 p.m. and get free same-day delivery right to your job site. Lowe's, we help, you save. Orders placed after 2 p.m. will be delivered next day. Valid in select zip codes. Subject to driver availability. More terms apply.
We are Orlando's sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com.
Eustis Roofing has been the #1 trusted roofing service in Central Florida for generations now. Honesty, quality, pricing, reliability, that's how they've been able to serve the Central Florida community as effectively as they've been able to for the last 60 years, my house included. It might be Halloween, but Santa's sleigh waits for no one. Make sure that your roof is ready for the reindeer to land with $1,500 off from Eustis Roofing. You can't beat a deal like that. The sale ends on October 31st before the ghosts vanish and the elves arrive. So go and check them out. Quick repair, storm damage, full replacement, whatever you need, Eustis Roofing has you covered. With a 4.9 Google rating and over 1,000 satisfied customer reviews, you simply will not find a roofing company more suitable for your home. Mention my name, Brandon Kravitz, when you call, and head to eustisroofing.com to schedule your free estimate today. The real roofers, real craftsmen, real professionals, real experts. Visit eustisroofing.com.
This is the beat of sports.
In sports, you can appreciate great moments, and you don't have to be fans of the teams that are involved. And I found me, a guy that loves baseball, fully engaged in the World Series because it did everything that you want sports to give you. Close finishes, dramatic performances by the elite players, and then the complementary players that do things. The strategy of certain moves. We talk about the analytics sometimes overtaking the sport, and yet there's a couple of gut reactions, particularly for the Dodgers on a second baseman that maybe should not be playing. He's not hitting well. We'll stick with this guy. And then pitching decisions, the drama, the seesaw of emotions, and heartbreak and joy. That's what draws us to all this stuff.
Beat of Sports with Mark Daniels. Weekday mornings following the bridge at 9:30 on FM 96.9 The Game, Orlando's sports leader. Miami Dolphins play here. Catch every game right here on 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the iHeartRadio app. No filters, no favorites, just facts. Let's find out who showed up and who showed out. It's time for Champ or Chump.
Champs or Chumps round 2. This is where we empty the tank. My top champ of the day is the LA Dodgers winning the World Series for the second year in a row. My biggest chump of the weekend, Google, YouTube, Disney. Yeah, I'm coming after the behemoths in this country across the globe. I'm coming straight for you. I'm standing up for the little man because you stripped us of ABC, Disney, and ESPN.
They stripped me. I got Spectrum traditional cable. That's where it's at, baby.
Oh, Bianchi's over here like, I'm not impacted, so I don't care about any of you. I'm out here fighting the good fight with the picket sign and all
I
of
guarantee your YouTube TV costs about the same as my cable.
What is your yeah, probably. At this point, I have NFL ticket that's on there too, so it's like $90.
Yeah, but you can get that without having YouTube TV. I'm just talking about your YouTube TV, basic TV, not with your add-ons, with your NFL ticket and things like that.
I don't think so. I think it's less.
Well, I'll get.
What does your Spectrum cost?
My Spectrum's about $75 a month.
It's about the same.
Okay. Yeah.
Who was your top champ and your top chump before we move on?
My top champ was Diego Pava, the Vanderbilt quarterback, even in a losing effort. I mean, they were way behind, and he still accounts for like 430 yards of total offense between passing and running. And Vanderbilt's just, what a great story they are this year. My chump was the Auburn football program, now buying out their third coach in a row from Gus Malzahn to $20 million to Brian Harsin, $15 million to Hugh Freeze, $16 million. They spent about $53 million on buyouts over the last 3 coaches.
Let's empty the tank here. I'm going to give a chump to Ja Morant, who loafed it on Friday night, wound up getting benched by his coach, and the Lakers won by 5 in the start of the NBA Cup group play. But it's not just for not trying at all at the end of these games. I mean, he was letting Luka just run by him, and he would pretend to put his hands up. It was really embarrassing stuff. And the coach had enough. Clearly, the coach said something to him, because Ja Morant said this after the game to report.
What went wrong to you today? Go ask the coach stuff. Do you feel like, it was anything you could do differently, I guess?
You ask him. They had a whole spiel in here, so.
From the outside, and the outside may be wrong, but from the outside, it didn't look like you had your usual energy tonight.
Go ask the coach staff why.
Okay. You feel like you should play more?
Go ask the coach staff. Should I play more or not?
What could have been done different, get a different outcome other than asking the coaching staff?
According to them, probably don't play me, honestly. That's what basically the message was. So it's cool.
The coaching staff message was that?
It's cool. We good?
You didn't have anything physically wrong in terms of illness or anything?
Oh, no, I'm good. I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm fine.
You're not fine. You have no accountability. You're not fine.
This is the same guy that got his coach fired last year, by the way, Taylor Jenkins, who's damn good at his job.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Wow.
They got problems.
My chump goes to Coach Prime. I hate to do it. Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, they get blasted.
I've forgotten about Colorado football.
52-17, they lose to Arizona. This comes on the heels of them getting pounded 53-7 by Utah last week. Over their past 2 games, they've been outscored 81-7 in the first half. Deion cut off player interviews after the game, wouldn't let any of his players talk, which is, and Deion's not going to get fired, but if he were anybody else in year 3, I realized they were good last year. All right. They were bad first year, 4-8, good last year. He gets the big extension last year, and now they might be the worst team in the Big 12. And Colorado's on the hook. They never learn. Colorado's on the hook for a buyout. If Deion wasn't Deion, he'd be on the hot seat right now. Would he not?
Oh, for sure.
Right.
Yeah. I think he's probably internally on that seat, but they'll just probably ride. It's Colorado. They'll just ride it out. But this does look good on Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah.
We still haven't seen actually play in the NFL yet. I've got one more chump for you. The Cincinnati Bengals defense. It was 41-27. You figured, I have an Excel spreadsheet where I notate all of my bets and all of this stuff. And I'd already jotted this down as a loss because I was in the Bengals. And then the Bengals come roaring back. Now they have a lead. It's 42-21, under a minute left. All the defense has to do is get a stop here, and you win the game. And I'm hitting delete. We're in this. And then they just let Caleb Williams and the Bears go right down the field. No resistance whatsoever. This is Chase Brown, the Cincinnati running back, in the locker room after the game, calling out his defense.
It sucks, but that's NFL. You got to play to the last second. You can't let up even when you feel like the momentum shifted. So that would be how I'm feeling right now, is just play all the way through. And
what was running through your head walking back to the locker room, Chase?
Probably the same as what was running through your head. Like what the what the
right. Jamar Chase had some words. He was running into the tunnel. He was running into the locker room after the game and was yelling, just one effing stop. Just get one. There is a clear divide in Cincinnati between the offense and the defense. And this is the second week in a row they allowed. Scoring 42 points wasn't enough to get a win against Chicago. And the week before, they scored 38 against the Jets and lost that game too.
I hate to keep giving champs to losing quarterbacks like I did Diego Pava, but can we give a champ to old slow Joe Flacco?
Yeah, Joe was great.
470 yards passing, 4 touchdowns. He's like all banged up. He can't even lift his arm above his head. Old slow Joe Flacco. And he passes for 470 and still loses? Yeah. What the F is going on is right.
Joe Flacco has just about as many touchdown passes this year as Tua.
Right.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But I would like to go positive before we wrap up here. A champ for people in this country taking down their Halloween decorations immediately. The second Halloween is over, there is nothing done more expeditiously in this country than the taking down of Halloween decorations and the putting up thereafter of Christmas decorations. It goes, it is as if you would have to have your binoculars out at 1:00 in the morning. I've never seen anything like it. Every single year, there are pumpkins everywhere on October 31st. And by November 1st, nary a pumpkin in sight. It's very impressive.
But it's too early to put up your Christmas decorations. Much too early.
That debate can be had. The debate that cannot be had is how quickly people remove the pumpkins and the ghosts from their homes. It's immediate.
Because it's so easy. Most people just have like a couple of pumpkins. If it like Christmas decorations stay up a long time because it's hard to get on top of your house and take those down.
Do that through the new year.
Right.
Up next, Mike Huguenin, the college football guru, fills us in on the ever-changing world of the college football top 25 next.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
This is your Tools Ace Hardware assist of the night. Paolo Banchero with the and one to lift the Magic to victory.
64-52 your score. Now Paolo right back to work. Going inside on Middleton, went right through him, drew the foul, and flipped it up and in. It's P's world. We're all just living in it. 23 points, or 22, I should say. A chance for 23 at the free throw line. And Banchero has been good there, too. 4 for 4 so far.
If you're gearing up for game day, Tools Ace is your MVP for grilling greatness. From Big Green Egg to Traeger, they've got everything you need to fire up the flavor with 14 Central Florida locations, including their brand new store in downtown Windermere. Tools Ace is your neighborhood home maintenance expert, the helpful place. ToolsAceHardware.com.
right now, home buyers have the ball and the field is wide open. Rates are lower than they've been in more than a year. More homes are on the market and sellers are more willing to negotiate. The Nickley Group is using that to your advantage, saving buyers thousands, negotiating rate buydowns, seller concessions, and even finding homes before they hit the market through their early access program. If you work with Nickley, you'll feel like you have the home field advantage through the whole process. You get expert advice, plus fun perks like free moving trucks and invites to their holiday parties. You become part of the Nickley family. Download their free buyer's guide at thenickley.com. That's thenickley.com. If you want to buy or sell quickly, just call Nickley.
250 years ago, a promise was made to connect families and friends near and far. And during the holidays, that promise is more important than ever. That's why USPS is building a better network to meet your needs with timely deliveries, easy and affordable ways to ship, and everything you need to make your season full of holiday cheer. Our purpose is delivering your peace of mind, knowing your love will arrive, bringing joy to all. The United States Postal Service. Learn more at USPS.com/holidays.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here for our friend Mike Lester and the team at Talon Wealth Management.
That thing we don't want to talk about is a will. If you don't have one, Mike and his team would like to help you out. They'll start you off with a comprehensive financial plan.
If you are 55 or over and have saved at least $250,000 for retirement, the Talon Comprehensive Financial Plan is complimentary. And when that plan's in hand, you will also receive the gift of a will and trust courtesy of Talon Wealth.
The folks at Talon Wealth are not attorneys, but they work with a group of attorneys who'll provide a will and trust at no charge to you. Reach out at 813-755-5000. 813-755-5000. One more time, that's 813-755-5000. And be sure and tell them that Clay and Buck sent you.
Advisory services offered through Talon Private Wealth, LLC, a SEC-registered investment advisor. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal, tax, or financial advice.
Honey, that flu keeping you up? Did you take NyQuil Intense Flu?
Nah, I got this. Okay, I don't got this.
Yeah, you need NyQuil Intense Flu.
Undo your flu with NyQuil Intense Flu. NyQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms so you can sleep.
You do got this.
NyQuil Intense Flu. The nighttime sniffling, aching fever. Best sleep with the flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Straight Talk knows the best holiday gift is simply saying yes.
Yes, you can stay up late. Sure, more cookies. Of course we can watch that movie again.
That's why we give you real unlimited data, so you can say yes to all of your family's streaming, scrolling, and sharing. And now at Straight Talk, get another gift worth giving, a free 5G phone with select plans. Because yes is the best gift to give and receive. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Not all good news comes with a catch. Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. No strings, no gimmicks. Just dependable protection at a more affordable price. See? No catch. So if you're looking to up your savings, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
We know exactly what you're not thinking about right now. Wiper blades. But now that you are, take a moment to think about how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America. Why? Because Rain-X thinks about wiper blades all the time. We obsess, so you don't have to. Simply install our blades and then think about literally anything else. So choose Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blades, and then go back to not thinking about wiper blades. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
Miss us while we're gone? Download the Game On podcast on iHeartRadio and take us with you wherever and whenever you want. It's all of Bianchi and I's wildest takes on demand on the daily. And while you're at it, make us your #1 preset as well. Just search Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz, the state of Florida's premier sports talk radio show. Now back to these ads. I've been telling you guys about Kevin Krager with LPT Realty, one of the top 25 producing agents in Central Florida. This guy is money, literally, and he joins me now to chat about the latest in real estate. Your communication and availability is what sets you apart. Why is that such an important aspect of what you do in real estate?
Because you have to build a relationship with people. If people don't trust you, if they can't get in touch with you, they're not going to understand and believe that you have their best interest at hand. I always answer my phone. If I don't answer my phone, I'm going to call you back. And most of the time, I shoot you a quick text that says, I'll call you right back. Now, I do set some boundaries, typically about 7 or 8 o'clock at night. I'm not going to answer. But for the most part, you can get in touch with me, which makes the process easier.
When it comes to real estate, experience matters. Trust Kevin Krager to guide you right along. Search him by name on Facebook or call him today, 407-702-4635.
Some people would call him a loser. He ran for state office. He was beaten. He started a business. He failed. He ran for Congress. He lost. He was nominated for vice president. He lost again. But he knew only those who never tried are the real loser. And Abraham Lincoln was no loser. Persistence. Pass it on. From the Foundation for a Better Life at Mountain.com.
This report is sponsored by eBay.
Another chilly night is on the docket across Central Florida. Hi there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist TJ Springer. Behind a cold front that moved through the area late Sunday into early Monday, high pressure is now building in, making for a starry night. And in turn, temperatures will drop off quickly back into the 50s, mid to upper 50s around the metro, 40s to our northwest. Then tomorrow we'll rebound back into the upper 70s and lower 80s, pretty close to where we should be for this time of the year under plenty of sunshine. From the Fox 35 Storm Center, I'm meteorologist TJ Springer.
Swapping out your tires? There's nothing like it. With eBay, you find the feel you're looking for, from smooth highway rides to grip for rough terrain. Get all the tires you need at the prices you'll love. eBay. Things people love.
The UCF Knights play here. Catch every game right here on 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the iHeartRadio app.
When our town craves compelling and accurate college football coverage, do they listen to us? Of course they do. This is College Knowledge with the college football guru, Mike Huguenin.
Nobody knows more college football than the guru himself, the encyclopedia of college football, Mike Huguenin. He joins us every Monday, and every Monday he tells us Mario Cristobal, he's going to do something to lose a couple of games every year. And sure enough, Mike, you're right. Go ahead and rant on Mario Cristobal.
Yeah, I think there's a new term now, Cristoballing, when it comes to UM. They've lost twice. They have more talent than Pitt. They have more talent than, they didn't lose to Pitt. I mean, they have more talent than SMU. They have more talent than every team in the ACC. And still, they cannot get it done. This is the second year in a row. I think that while Miami and UCF and FSU fans are chuckling at Miami, you still got to take a step back and realize Miami's the best program in the state right now.
Yeah.
And that's an embarrassing thought for the state of Florida. I mean, this is a football mad state. And the college teams either grossly overrated like Miami or not very good like everybody else. So USF still has a shot at the playoff, but the Miami situation, big time money being spent for the second year in a row and big time choke jobs.
Mike, with their weak schedule, is their playoff chances? I mean, they're essentially done, aren't they?
I think so. I think the one aspect that perhaps could save them if they win out, the win over Notre Dame in the season opener. And they still have an outside shot at getting to the ACC title game, and obviously winning that will put them in the playoff. But they're banking everything on that win over Notre Dame in week one. So it's an interesting conversation about Miami. The ACC had a horrible day on Saturday. You had Miami losing, you had Georgia Tech going down. It's just not a very good league. And the fact that Miami might not even get to the ACC title game is a gigantic indictment of Cristobal and his staff.
Other big news in college football, another firing. Auburn fires Hugh Freeze. They bought out their last 3 coaches for a total of $53.2 million. Mike, there's what does this do for the coaching vacancies, the Lane Kiffin sweepstakes, all of that? How good of a job is Auburn, and who are they looking at?
Yeah, I think it's Florida and LSU are better in the ACC, in the SEC, and I think Penn State's better as well than Auburn. Plus, as you pointed out, that this will be next year's Auburn coach will be the 4th this decade.
Should have just kept Gus Malzahn, saved the money.
Yeah, you can make a case that would have been smart, but I think that Auburn. By the way, the Auburn AD John Cohen called Freeze a man of integrity.
I saw that. I laughed too, Mike.
It's like, oh my God! But John Sumrall, the Tulane coach, he's an Alabama native, former coach at Troy. He's been an assistant in the SEC. He was Mark Stoops' right-hand man when Kentucky was building its program to become a solid program. They've obviously backslid. But Sumrall, I think, is a no-nonsense guy, understands the landscape in the state of Alabama, which is important because everything is geared toward the Crimson Tide and everybody else gets leftovers. Auburn has a lot of money. They spent a lot of money on their roster this year. Freeze's offense, he was known as an offensive guru, but let's get serious. He was known as an offensive guru when he was at Ole Miss, and he bought players illegally.
Right.
So you could make a case that this was a bad hire to begin with. We're not even going to his off-field issues, but John Sumrall, if he is the guy, would be a really good hire. He's again a solid, no-nonsense guy, defense-oriented. And he's a good coach. He's proven it at Troy and at Tulane.
Talking to Mike Huguenin, college football guru here on Game On, wrapping up another thrilling weekend. Have you found a through line between all of these programs that we're not used to seeing inside of the top 25, or if you want to magnify that to the top 15, between the Indianas, BYU, Texas Tech, Virginia, Louisville, Vandy? Is there a commonality, that something that these programs are doing well to put them in this position? This is a new era of college football, and I'm just trying to figure out what it is that creates success in this era, because it can't just be spending, because those aren't necessarily the biggest spenders.
Texas Tech, it is spending. They've spent a buku amount of dollars on their roster, especially their linemen on both sides of the ball. Indiana was just a very smart coaching hire and very good use of the portal. Virginia, it's an experienced team, and they went out and found a quarterback, Chandler Morris, who's in his 6th year of college football, but he joined a team that was already sort of well-formed. BYU, that's another program that
they're spending,
signs young guys, develops, and sprinkles in transfers here and there, but there really isn't a commonality, and that's what makes this so sort of eye-opening. I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can go from nothing to very good extremely quickly. Virginia was supposed to be horrible this year. Indiana traditionally is the worst program in the Big Ten, could make the playoff for the 2nd year in a row. BYU really hasn't been a national title contender since 1990. So this is really, and Texas Tech's never even won the Big 12. So this is a very cool season. And yeah, maybe if you're a fan of some established programs, you're upset, but the chaos is highly entertaining.
Is the Texas Tech BYU game this weekend is effectively a conference championship game in your opinion?
Texas Tech, again, they've gone all in. They make no bones about it. They're proud. We've spent all this money, and look at us now. BYU, I don't think any other fan base in the Big 12 likes BYU. I think if you're a UCF fan, Baylor, who really cares? Iowa State, who really cares? BYU, I think they are universally hated in the Big 12. That's a fascinating game. I think they could meet twice, and I think potentially the loser of of Saturday's game could end up winning the Big 12 and still make the college football playoff. And I think given how bad the ACC is, the Big 12 has a legit chance to get 2 teams in the college football playoff field this year.
Mike, real quick, last one. We were just talking about this. Do you think Colorado regrets the Deion extension? And if Deion wasn't Deion, would he be on the hot seat?
Extension, it's like, they gave Matt Rule an extension last week. That he goes out and loses another game against a ranked team. They lose their quarterback for this season. So Nebraska is a 7-5 team with a coach that's guaranteed money through 30-33.
Right.
It's just stupidity by the ADs, man. But then again, you got ADs calling you Freeze a man of integrity. So these guys are not. A lot of these guys are not smart. Let's get serious.
No question. Mike Huguenin, we always appreciate your visits. Thank you so much for the insight.
All right, talk to you next week. Thanks, guys.
Mike Huguenin.
All right, that was good stuff. Intelligence is one thing, smarts is another. They're not sounds similar, but they're different. Coming up next, our 2-minute drill, final takes before we send you out on the road after this.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be back right after this.
So Hard Rock Bet has added a really cool feature that'll help all of us, especially with these player props. On Hard Rock Bet, your bet cannot be ruined by an injury, at least in the first half. So they're introducing what's called injury insurance, now available for your pro football player props. If your player goes down in the first half and doesn't return, you will get your bet back, whatever size that is, as a bonus bet. Try it out on Hard Rock Bet. NBA season rolling along as well, day-by-day odds and totals and the Magic. Wipe the sweat from the brow, covering some spreads. They've got MVPs. They've got most improved player, NBA champion futures available as well. If you think you have a good beat on who you think is actually going to make it through this gauntlet of a college football season, you can bet on that as well. They've got boosted odds, live in-game bets. This app is a game changer for sports fans. Head to Hard Rock Bet and roll with us. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-888-ADMIT IT.
Orlando, are you ready to rock it? My favorite beach getaway, Hard Rock Hotel Daytona Beach, is calling your name. Not even an hour's drive from downtown Orlando. You'll find modern luxury, legendary Hard Rock vibes, and that endless Florida sunshine. Even in the middle of winter, lounge by the oceanfront pool, grab a bite at their world-famous restaurant, or unwind at the spa. And when the sun sets, enjoy live music under the stars at their beachside band shell. For reservations, go to hardrockhotels.com/Daytona Beach.
Keep an eye out for an accident off to the shoulder getting cleared up on the Greenway southbound before Redbug Lake Road. That's slowing things down. All lanes are blocked on Curry Ford Road westbound between Summerlin Boulevard and Conway Road. The right lane's blocked on Orange Blossom Trail southbound past Holden Avenue. And keep an eye out for a crash on Alafaya Trail at McCulloch Road getting cleared up there. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Orlando Magic basketball lives here on 96.9 The Game, and your game day Magic coverage is powered by IBEW Local 606. Proud to serve electrical workers across Central Florida, providing its members with a supportive community, training, valuable benefits, and advancement opportunities. IBEW Local 606 has been powering and serving Central Florida for over 75 years, and they are the dream team for electrical workers across this area. For more info, head to IBEWLocal606.org and go Magic.
Wow, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
The Hess stock car racers are loaded with light, sounds, and a powerful racing motor. Only at HessToyTruck.com. Free shipping and batteries included.
I don't know about you, but I can't stand when I see creepy crawlies all over my house. That's why I have to have a pest control provider that doesn't just treat the pest problem, they solve it. You can keep your home protected from the bugs all year long. Get yourself a termite bond while you're at it. Tell them that Brandon Kravitz and Mike Bianchi from Game On sent you by. Get 10% off of your initial service. Burn Pest is a family-run operation right here in our backyard in Central Florida. Go and find them online easily, and don't stress about these pests anymore. It's burnpests.com.
The biggest and final store-wide sale of the year at International Diamond Center is coming next weekend, November 14th through 16th. 3 days of unprecedented savings, up to 40% off. Eternity bands, hoops, pendants, bracelets, even ready-to-wear engagement rings. Save up to 40% or get 3 years zero-interest financing. This is the event you wait all year for. Colored gemstone and designer fashion jewelry is included. Best prices all year. It's November 14th through 16th at International Diamond Center. Altamont Springs, Waterford Lakes, and Mall of Millennium. Unapproved credit.
At Straight Talk, we know the holidays are your time to say
yes.
So why put up with a wireless company that makes you say
Out of data?
Or
no service here?
Switch to Straight Talk and say yes to real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network covered by Verizon. And with a free 5G phone when you activate select plans, someone else in your family can say yes. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Based on RootMetrics State of 5G Report, United States 1H 2025. Experiences may vary. Not an endorsement of Verizon. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, max out your savings. The more you buy, the more you save on beds, bases, and more. Plus, get free home delivery on any smart bed with base. Limited time. Check it out at a Sleep Number store near you or at sleepnumber.com today.
Target's early Black Friday deals are almost here, and they're bigger than ever. Take 40% off select gifts and holiday decor for 3 days only, starting this Thursday. Score can't-miss deals on new fits for the whole fam, festive lights and decorations to brighten your home, and even top toys like select Lego sets for endless holiday fun. Shop in-store or online, but don't miss out. These deals are going fast. 40% off gifts and holiday decor starts Thursday only at Target. Restrictions apply.
Follow the game on Facebook at 96.9 The Game. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Embers Only is brought to you by Corona Cigar Company. coronacigar.com.
For more information about contests on this station, go to 969thegame.com/rules.
I'm a beer fanatic, so I don't settle for anything less than the best. And the folks at Hourglass Brewing deliver quality, consistency, everything I'm looking for in a good beer. With that neighborhood charm at their 2 Orlando locations, Hourglass Brewing is a first-class brewery from the same one that cranks out Zoneheads 35 once per year. But it's more than that. They crank out the hits on the daily. 25-plus Hourglass beers on tap every single day. Stop by for happy hour. $3 I4 iSource citrus lagers from 4 to 6 p.m. all day on Mondays. They even have wines, seltzers, ciders, something for everybody. Cozy up to the bar, get to know their friendly staff. Hourglass is a welcoming watering hole for the entire Orlando community, and they have a location right near downtown Orlando as well, on top of the one right around the corner from me in Longwood. This isn't mass-produced. This is craft. Fresh ingredients, local pride, and a taste that you can actually savor. So next time you need to unwind, skip the ordinary and raise a glass to the extraordinary. Raise a glass to Hourglass Brewing.
WYGM Orlando, WJRR HD2 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. The UCF Knights are heard here. The new home for the Miami Dolphins is 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the iHeartRadio app. Just search 96.9 The Game. Welcome back to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. Time's ticking. Takes are flying. Buckle up for the 2-minute trip.
Game On coming to an end, and to wrap each show, we run through our final thoughts, our final burning take of the day. Appreciate everybody for hanging out with us. We went full 3 hours with the YouTube stream, by the way. So if you want to watch the show back, you can do that. 96.9 The Game on YouTube, no spaces, will pop right up. you're going to call me a homer, Mike, but my 2-minute drill is about the Magic. I think they're back. I think they are back to what we expected them to be coming into the year.
Beat the Wizards
and the Hornets.
Oh,
just like the Hurricanes.
Yeah. Okay.
The Magic have scored a total of 818 points during the first 7 games of the season. It ties for the most points the Magic have scored through the first 7 games of a season in franchise history. This is about the
points they've given up.
Listen, don't get in the way of a good take, okay? This is about the capital letter A adjustments to the change of play. What, do you think you can just change the way you play the game and it's going to be smooth?
I hope they're adjusting to their up-tempo game.
They're scoring points. They're starting to get back to defense. It helps that they played some teams where you can work the kinks out against them. But I think that those wins aren't going to go down as the best wins of the season. Those were really important opponents for the Magic to face at the time, and they needed to start collecting wins to build that confidence. I think they're back to being one of those better teams in the Eastern Conference like we thought they'd be.
Right, it's always big to beat a glorified G League team like the Wizards are. Yeah.
What's your 2-minute drill? Huh? What you got?
My 2-minute drill is how unfair sports are. I know you're not a big NASCAR fan, but they had their championship race over the weekend, and Denny Hamlin has been the best racer in the sport for years now. Has never won a championship. He was all set up to win a championship. Coming down to the final laps, and he's controlling the race, and then there's a caution. There's a caution at the end, and Kyle Larson ends up winning the race. Denny Hamlin's daughters are crying on pit row. His dying father is probably not going to get a chance to see him race again.
Wow.
It was just terrible. I wanted Denny Hamlin to win.
Now I want Denny Hamlin. I'm pissed off at ending the show. Go catch the podcast. Game on the iHeartRadio app. Make us your number one preset and take us with you wherever you go. For Jaden Grimes, the Prodigy, Mike Bianchi, the Bulldog, I'm Brandon Kravitz. What do you got, Mike?
Peace, love, boiled peanuts.
We're out.
You're listening to